It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Well, Jerry, this time we've really done it. We went and caught the crabs.
That's right, Dino. Pubic enemy number one. Let's tell those girls how we feel.
Strangers in my shorts, I keep on scratching.
Strangers in my shorts, these eggs keep hatching.
With each and every itch, I'm reminded of you.
No wonder those girls were so easy, Dino.
We met at that motel down by the ocean.
Now I'm back at home with my Quell lotion.
Trying to forget our little rendezvous. Strangers in my shorts, they're multiplying. Strangers in my shorts, why aren't they dying?
I'm sitting here at home with my little comb. The medicine the doctor gave doesn't work, I'll have to shave.
Every time I look, they make me shudder.
These aren't the kind of crabs you eat with butter.
Oh, life is so unkind with strangers in my shorts.
Here, Jerry, put on some more of this Quell lotion.
I don't know, Dino. It makes my pubes look all greasy.
That's perfectly natural, Pally. They call that a Jerry curl.
Oh, hey, Dino, knock, knock.
Who's there?
No more.
No more who?
No more Mr. Lice Guy. I'm getting tired of these things.
Come on, Jerry, it's time to sing. We've hardly scratched the surface.
Strangers in my shorts, she was enticing.
Strangers in my shorts, and I'm delicing.
I'm praying that someday
These damn things go away.
How could I know our romance would lead to critters in my pants?
Hey, it's not so bad.
Not like a shanker,
I think I'll call her up.
so you can thank her.
I have grown attached to strangers in my shorts.
Strangers in your briefs.
Oh, Pally, I don't mean to be crabby, but I'm not taking this too well. Jerry, call the exterminator.
Yeah, you did some porking. Now you gotta call Orkin.
Strangers in my shorts. Dean and Jerry? That's right. Is it? Was it? Could have been?
Ivan.
Yeah. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
It's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
He's over there in the performance room. Willie Griswold here.
You know, when I was a kid, I thought that was the real Dean and Jerry.
I could see that.
A lot of people still do think that's the real Dean and Jerry.
And it was a big internet conspiracy thing that it was a secret song that was pulled from a movie.
Wow.
It existed on the internet for a while until, things got smarter.
That's the real Josh Arnold over there. I know that.
Yeah.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick. Here's Tom.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Good morning. A classic from the Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra as Dean and Jerry. And the rumor is we're going to try to do another live day featuring Dean and Jerry down the road a piece.
Really?
Just got a call from Dean.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He may resurface. I'm looking forward to
Wow,
that.
that'd be great.
Hell yeah.
So I'm pulling this morning, and I can't help but notice the giant bus in the parking lot.
Rock and roll, man. Rock and roll.
And the cool thing about that bus is the guy driving it happens to be a tremendous singer and songwriter and a high-quality bus driver that has passed the test.
That true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edwin McCain can drive his own rig, if you will.
I think he fixes it as well, right?
Yeah, he went through a very elaborate series of
Well, I'll be.
lessons. Yeah.
I'll be.
I like that.
There we go.
That was very good, Willie.
Josh did that like 3 years ago. I think that's just a kind of Edwin McCain. It's kind of on the table.
All right.
I figured it was.
That's fine.
Possibly the one of the nicest and funniest of all musicians. The guy is just terrific.
You can do it all.
I'm hoping that we can get some of his Greg Allman stories today. Last time he was here, most of them really can't be told on the radio waves.
Who's this against?
Take him to lunch.
Yeah.
We'll talk to him about other things.
Eddie, you like pitas? We can go out. It'll be fun.
You might want to talk about his new album or something.
Yeah. You might want
Anything
to talk
happening-
about something now.
anything
His
happening
current
in-
tour with Hootie.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily now, but in this century,
Sure.
maybe. How about that? The last 25 years?
It's a shame that so many of you don't really understand the classics.
It is fun, though, because sometimes we'll do these interviews with these people that are clearly like media trained. Their agent wants them to talk about the project they're in.
Sure.
And then my dad will just be like, have you ever golfed 9 holes in Charleston before? They'll like do their answer, like, back to Charleston. Let's talk about those 9 holes.
Yeah. What about that?
Could be a lovely day to play golf for many. Not for me, but
He quit playing golf.
I know. He threw his clubs.
It was magnificent, right into the lake.
Yeah.
That's true.
Have you
ever played since?
It may have been an anger issue. I've done the what's that thing called where you
Top golf.
Yeah, where you hit it off a large building.
Right.
Yeah, that's easy. No, I
Are you
played.
going to Top Golf? You just going to
large
buildings.
building.
You got to go to an official place to do that.
Yeah,
you just
can't
said
You're
go
gonna
off
get
the
arrested.
roof.
you can't go to any building and do
Going
that.
down to the
Yeah,
bank.
which reminds me, Pat Godwin, we were talking about those. You see those cruise ships where the people are hitting the golf balls off the. And I was concerned that some fish is going to eat one of those. They're apparently special biodegradable balls.
Well, that makes sense.
I have been told.
Oh, good.
Huh?
No, how about that?
Yeah, you see, they have on the cruise ships, they have a place you can launch golf balls, and I was concerned that
Driving range is what we call it in the business.
the driving range, just one little platform like a heliport.
So the cruise ships told you that the golf balls are, the fish can eat them, basically? Is that what they said?
Yeah,
Okay.
they hit the ocean and they
Well, I believe them.
dissipate into some kind of fish.
I
food.
believe the cruise ships, not the choking fish.
Yeah, I was concerned. Yeah, you don't want some beautiful sea creature gagging on a Titleist.
Those fish can't say a word.
In any event, what does that have to do with anything? Nothing. But we're looking forward to talking
You
with
and your damn Greg Allman. Allman Brothers.
Edwin McCain.
Dickie Betts.
Dickie Bettix.
Well, whoever the hell it is.
Now I'm doing it.
Now
Dickie
he-
just left us sadly, one of the great guitar
That's a
players
shame.
of all time.
No one noticed. Okay.
Well,
It's true.
Many people noticed, said their goodbyes. Coming up, we have a funeral in the news. We do have a sad story from the world of auto racing.
Oh, good. Any other sad stories?
Speaking of nice guys, the great Parnelli Jones has died
Yep.
at age 90.
It's a great first name, Pernelli.
Yeah, and it kind of was, there's a story behind it, which we'll tell you this morning. And my mother used to always, whenever I would do something, if I needed to slow down, she'd go, "Hey, Parnelli."
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of one of those one-name guys. Like there's a certain era, A.J. Mario Parnelli.
Sure.
Certainly a classic. A one-name guy like Madonna.
So it's not like
Cher.
the story is not like his mom and dad had a baby and decided to call him Parnelli, is it? That's
No.
not the story.
No.
It's better than that?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
okay.
I think
You don't know, though.
You're going into it with a bad attitude. We'll see if you find it a fun story.
don't think I am.
Patty G, I'm excited about the possibility of bringing back a classic song from the Pat Godwin repertoire. Pat, did you know that you have an open bar comedy special available right now on YouTube?
I'm just hearing about it for the first time.
Called
this last
Repeat
couple
After Me.
days.
It's very exciting. And lots of people are watching it. I highly recommend it. Speaking of Mr. Godwin, he will be our headliner when we hit the stage at Lakeside Hotel Casino, Osceola, Iowa, coming up on Friday, the 14th of June. That evening, a special show, Willie G, Patty G, Jeff Oskey. Who else? Oh, wait a minute, that man right over there. Would you call him the real Josh Arnold?
That's him.
Okay, very nice. And I'll be there, too, with you. And it should be fun. And you can find out the details at lakesidehotelcasino.com/casino. And we hope to see you there. A special early edition of this show from the same site that same day. Any sports teasers over there?
We have a San Diego Padres infielder, Takupita Marcano, has been banned from baseball for life for betting on the sport. And Shohei Ohtani's former interpreter has pleaded guilty. We'll talk about that coming up. But we do have an email concerning sports and yesterday's show, actually. This is from Alan. Dear Chick, as a loyal Bengals fan and lover of the Bengal fight song, I am deeply offended by Tom's criticism yesterday.
Oh.
Tell Tom to take the bottle of Wishbone that was previously up Josh's ass and stick it up his.
Jeez.
That would be unhealthy.
That's Alan from
It
Ohio.
would be unhealthy. Thank
And
you
this
for not
is-
sharing.
This is the Bengals fight song. Here come the Bengals are coming, crawling, meaning, angry, and hungry.
It's Sounds like Mitch Miller.
Well, it was from 1968. You should love it. It
Yeah.
sounds a little like the Allman Brothers
Up
to me.
your alley.
Really?
What's the difference
You
between
love
this?
that Mitch Miller stuff.
What's the difference between this and the Allman Brothers?
Soul.
Well, there's, I don't hear any guitar.
Yeah.
Mean and angry.
It's just this sort of lacking in a certain, I don't know, certain soulness, don't you think? It is cheerful.
Yeah, but it's a fight song. How much soul should fight song do? You want Ray Charles singing your fight song?
That might be a little better, yeah.
That'd be nice. Man, he'd be unstoppable.
Yeah, that's a little bit on the white side of things. Here's a little bit of Mitch Miller to compare it. What do you think here? See?
Yeah, oh, I agree.
In a restricted club.
People would sit around and watch that show and sing along. They had a bouncing ball and the whole thing.
Yeah,
I was in a
my
restaurant
grandfather loved it.
recently, and they had a signed photo of Mitch Miller in there. I looked up and I go, "Is that Mitch Miller?"
Wow.
How'd you get into that place on a weeknight?
I bet they served mayonnaise on a lot of their sandwiches.
No, you've all been there.
He had a severe goatee. Remember that?
Way
Oh,
before,
yes.
The devil's goatee.
It was the
Yeah.
devil's goatee.
Probably one of the only guys on TV with a beard in those days, believe it or not.
But Josh is right. It was devilish. It was scary.
It was all pointy, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike him. I just hated the music. There was much better things happening in the world when that was playing on TV.
I know we hear about it every day.
Okay, well, that's fine. All right. Coming up, we have
How
T-Rex.
about those Allman Brothers?
We have T-Rex
Yeah,
news.
much better things.
Yeah, how about
that song?
How about the Beatles?
That Melissa's a rocker.
Remember when Kennedy was president? Oh, yeah.
Also, I like how he said that song was too white. Proceeded to only name white artists after the fact.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ray Charles actually.
Yeah,
did
thank
name-
God for
excuse me.
JMO, I guess, huh? And the Allman Brothers?
Yeah, or Lamar, or O'Teal.
Here we go.
Okay, now we have some fascinating stuff in the news. What would happen if you gave a tribe
A mouse a cookie?
No, if you gave a tribe access to the internet in the far reaches of the Amazon?
Why would they do this? Why don't they just leave these people alone?
Yeah,
The
no
fellas
kidding.
want porn.
God.
They want to look at boobs and butts.
You're right about that.
Let the boys look.
Yeah, it's fascinating. We'll get to that coming up.
And we have many Aardvark emails from yesterday.
Oh, good.
Okay, and we'll explain that when we explain what we learned on yesterday's show.
That's exactly right.
All right, but right now I want to talk about the beauty of this season. Of course, the most significant thing about the summertime is the grilling season. Let's face it. And Weber Grills they've stepped up. They've gone to the next level. This may be the final level because they've achieved perfect grill freedom. What we're talking about, of course, is the Weber Searwood Pellet Grill, one of many great grills from the Weber folks. With this baby, you can smoke, roast, sear, all on the same grill. You can go from low to slow on smoke boost mode at I almost want to say chill 180 degrees. But at the same time, you can sear up to 600 degrees. Your steak will take that seriously. See what I'm talking about? Check out the Weber Grill line at Weber.com. They've got a full grade sear zone so you can put more food on the flame at the same time. Everybody's going to be able to have a great time at your giant barbecue. The grill's hot in just 15 minutes. Cleanup is extra easy with these new Weber grills. Once again, you cook on 2 levels. So you've got party time. You got a bunch of room up there. You can also add a heavy-duty rotisserie and that famous rust-resistant griddle insert. We're talking about pancakes. That's right. Get fired up for your new Weber Searwood Pellet Grill. See the whole line at Weber, W-E-B-R, Weber.com. Also coming up today, we've got should you be drinking while flying? And we'll find out the dangers of that. And choking during the most intimate of activities. Apparently, recreational choking has become kind of a thing. And physicians are saying, stop it. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
A look at their car is perhaps the best way to introduce the uninitiated to WFBQ Radio's morning team, Bob and Tom. The pink and camouflage junker features 3 hood ornaments, a bowling trophy, the hind quarter of a horse, and a jar of tartar sauce that will have to be explained elsewhere.
295 Night Ranger when you close your eyes. It's 8:42. You're with Bob and Tom on a 2 for Tuesday.
Good morning.
Howdy.
Great.
Holmes.
Sherlock. Let's play word association.
Okay.
Howdy.
Holmes.
Sherlock.
Holmes.
John C. With Bob and Tom.
Holmes.
The human tripod.
I see.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
From 6 a.m. and for the next 4 hours, Bob Kavoyan and Tom Griswold fill the airwaves with jokes and pranks that range from silly to hilarious and from bawdy to sick.
Why is sex like air?
Why is sex like air? I give up, Bob.
Because it's no big thing unless you're not getting any.
They deliver a National Lampoon sort of humor that leaves the audience laughing while wondering how Q95 can broadcast some of the things they say.
Half the joke is in your mind. The joke isn't stated outright. The person has to put something into it to get something out of it.
Yeah, they're fun, and
people like them.
People enjoy them.
They laugh at them. And there's an alternative. You can always change the channel.
But people aren't. After 2 years on the air, Bob and Tom have taken Q95's morning show to the top of the volatile morning FM ratings. WFBQ is the third radio station the zany team has worked for. After 6 years together, they've got the routine down pat. Bob runs the audio control board, plays straight man, and provides the program's famous laugh.
Amateur phylactics. Amazing concept, I think, and I think it's going to be
Tom sits on a mound of notes and papers to provide the program's often quoted jokes and many of its voices.
Oh, hello, Mohandas.
Hello, Bob.
How are you?
Oh, I am fine today. Hello, Tom. Hi, Mohandas. You look very good today. Thank you so much, Mohandas.
Much of their banter is off the cuff, with an occasionally rehearsed punchline off mic during a song.
I know. Only if it makes you late for the ceremony.
She's controversial. She's provocative. She's the famous sex therapist, Dr. Ruth Weisboner. Good morning, Dr. Ruth. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Dr.
Their regular spoof on Dr. Ruth Westheimer features some of their more risque humor.
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married?
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married? Well, no, as long as you're not late for the wedding.
Bob and Tom's task of filling 20 hours of airtime every week is made easier by several regular characters phoned in by people around town. Nightclub owner Sonny is a favorite.
Great approach. How are things going on at the track? I know you're running the mystery flesh tent this year.
Everything is going just fine, Dow. I bred that baby up, throw it in some shortening, and serve it up. It's the mystery flesh tent, Dow.
That's located, of course, in Turn 1.
It's right there in Turn 1 where people seem to be the most hungry and the least discriminating.
Other characters are voiced by regular visitors to the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Tiger Don Bardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Q95 midday personality Jay Baker voices the spoof on Richard Nixon.
Now, do you remember Ronald Reagan visiting the German cemetery over the weekend?
Oh, that's right, yes.
The media referred to it as the Nazi cemetery. You know, I was the one that put him up to that.
I see.
I said, babes, this is going to be so beautiful for your career. Trust me on this one. I told him, I said, when I was a young boy, I heard the phrase, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. I said, Ronnie, you can't miss a whole field full of dead Nazis. You slide over there, you put the wreath down, the wreath, and you're cruising.
Bob and Tom say they get very few complaints from listeners as they poke fun at every special interest group imaginable, and station management has left them unrestrained on the limits of their humor. After 2 years, the result has been high ratings, a devoted following, and 2 happily transplanted Hoosiers who say they just might stay to grow old and gray on Q95.
Could be. It's very possible. In fact, it's already started.
Bob's getting gray.
Yeah. Tom's getting old.
Yeah.
This is Greg Todd, Channel 6 News.
Oh, I feel so much better now. You know, Bob. Yes. I don't want to say that most of the women that you go out with have questionable morals or anything, but last night.
Yeah, it's Tom from the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com. Check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Bob and Tom Show. We're all here in our places. Hello, Tom.
Well, I guess the Bengals fight song worked because now I'm fighting with that guy, apparently.
Yeah, you and that guy are fighting.
Okay,
now.
sorry. We have a great guest coming in this morning. Edwin McCain, singer, songwriter. We'll talk with Edwin. I'm looking forward to seeing him. And also it'll be sexy time with Alli Breen coming up today.
But a lot of these fight songs, especially your AFC teams, your former AFL teams, where they thought of them in the 60s, and that's the way people... That was cutting edge then.
Well, and even then, there were a throwback to the even older fights. I mean,
yeah,
they're just it's a tradition.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. We don't have that.
We've heard your fight song from some school you went to, and it's just like that.
Yeah.
You mean which one?
Columbia, roll on. Who owns New York? Other people say that stuff.
There's that one. I thought you meant from my elementary school.
Which was?
What's that?
A Mercer School.
Yes, but how?
It's great. You'd walk in the main entrance. There was a huge painting of General Mercer being stabbed to death. Nice for the kids to see. Entitled "The Death of General Mercer."
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very disturbing, really. Yeah, we had a fight song at my elementary school.
Do you remember it?
A cheer for our dear Mercer, the best school of them all.
Thanks, Christy.
We hail and salute thee. We hark to your call, oh baby.
Oh baby, I like that they threw in the old baby.
Also, after hail and salute thee, it sounds so like military and serious.
Yeah, we hipped it up a little bit.
Yeah, but here's the Bengals fight song we've been talking about. Do you like the tuba?
I do like the tuba.
It's meant to be the tiger.
Yeah, he's growling.
I thought it was an elephant. Yeah.
I like about the guy.
It's a Bengal tiger.
I'm sorry. It does sound like an elm. I'm with you on that, but I do like it.
I think that guy really thinks he's contributing to the song.
Now, when I was in San Diego, we thought it'd be fun to come up with another San Diego Charger song. And now they're the Los Angeles Chargers. But this is the one, and people love this song and did not want it changed. This was in 1995.
Okay.
They were mad at yours truly for trying to change the song.
Now, what's this one from?
Here we go.
Wow.
Right?
That's got a disco feel, right?
You think?
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
No, you know who that sounds like? What is the movie where David Alan Grier plays the world's whitest black guy and he's singing?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that Kentucky Fried Movie or one of them, I think? Or I don't know, but that's who this vocal sounds exactly. If you picture David Alan Grier, that's... Yeah. Oh, they love that song.
Embarrassing now, but
Sure.
exciting then.
In what year was that created?
Would you say 95?
No, I'm going to say 73, 74. Along
Sounds
in
very
there.
70s.
75.
Okay, yeah, it has that early disco feel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now, at this portion of our program, we typically like to educate you as to what you might have missed on yesterday's program.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We'd like to look back at yesterday because if we don't, how can we learn for tomorrow? Or what? Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Untuck It. Get your Father's Day gifts at our 80-plus stores or on your computer. Untuckit.com. Now, that's on the internet.
Okay.
And that's on your computer now.
Right.
How about that?
I love those Untuck It shirts. I wore one to a graduation ceremony on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Is that right? Now, did you wear your cargo pants and your size 56 sport coat over that?
Yeah.
No, it was too white. I just wore the nice white Untuck It shirt with the little red triangle down there on the...
nice.
What do you call that thing at the sleeve? No, what's the...
Did you wear the tail of your shirt?
Yeah, there you go. The shirt tail. Yeah, thank you.
Jake, if you remember the old school Tommy drip, the old school style, my 8th grade graduation.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, what's he wearing? He's got like a professor tweed jacket. He's got his regular work shirt.
Oh, yeah.
He has a Jerry Garcia tie.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want?
Nice.
What do you want on downstairs? Cargo pants.
Cargo
Why not?
pants.
Put on the
Darn right.
cargo pants. Put on a pair of Nike Air Monarchs. Tommy's going to a graduation.
Boom.
Baseball cap or no?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Columbia. He wants to know everyone he graduated to.
This isn't one of the... What is this?
I don't know.
Harbor Island campus.
Okay, sorry.
Yesterday, we had steak for breakfast, cooked by Jess Hooker, the grill master, because dads want steak.
Mm-hmm.
Father's Day's coming up. Are you kidding me?
Day.
Don't get him a tie. Except maybe a Jerry Garcia tie. Those are nice. I hate to
Let me ask you something.
Back down here, but
Tom, where's Jerry Garcia? Where's he? Grateful Dead. What year was that, Tom?
I saw them 73 at the Universal Amphitheater.
Do you still have your Jerry Garcia tie?
I do. I've got a couple of them. They're great.
Okay.
They really are terrific.
How many mushroom trips did you ruin that day? I just can't even imagine.
Here comes the cop.
I do have a true story about going to that concert.
Yeah.
It was in Los Angeles, and the people I went with, we went in a convertible Cadillac. This was in '73.
Was anyone in
there? And they are like boats.
Yes. Anyone in the convertible Cadillac named Muffy or Chad? Please tell me yes.
Billings
could have been.
Oh, I say we're going to go see the Dead. Evident. I'm not sure what they are, but they're called the Dead.
I believe it's a recreation of James Joyce.
Yes, I think it is.
If I could get to the punchline.
Oh, call Matthews.
I'm wondering if you can as well.
As we're driving back.
Yes.
She goes.
What did Chad say? A real ripper, I bet.
She goes. No, she goes. Yeah, I'm so glad we did this instead of going to the Playboy Mansion. I went. What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, my mom had 2 tickets for us to go to the Playboy Mansion tonight. Are you kidding me?
I thought the Playboy Mansion was just like you went by and they let you in or not. I didn't know they issued tickets every day.
They were invitations for some. I would have hated it, I'm sure, but it was kind of funny.
You would have been
grossed out.
Probably weirded out.
Oh, there's
I would have been weirded
germs at the grotto.
Midnight.
Even back then?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I can't. Ugh.
73, so you're 20.
Yeah.
What were you like when you were 20?
And what were you doing in L.A.?
I was actually going to Berkeley, and I went down to L.A. for the weekend. So.
Yes. With Chad.
Got my master's.
Wasn't Chad.
Who was it?
Filbert.
I
Sounded
demand
like a
to know
woman.
some of these real names.
The one guy was a Buddhist. You would have liked him, chick. He only wore white.
That's kind of weird, but okay.
No, you wouldn't have liked it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
He only. I mean, I'm not kidding. He only
Buddhist
wore white.
who was your friend. He was your friend.
Yeah.
Life's all about suffering, chick.
Oh,
Yeah. You see a lot of Buddhists in Cadillac convertibles.
What?
Hanging out at Berkeley, waiting to go to the Dead show.
He did well. I'm sorry. So this is from yesterday's show.
Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight postponed. We talked about that yesterday. We're not sure when that. Netflix officially says hopefully in the fourth quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's sometime in September or October, November, December. It's the fourth quarter, right? Yeah.
Why would they put it that way?
I don't know. That's what they
just
said.
Thinking about the money.
Josh has never used dating apps.
No, I haven't.
Made that announcement yesterday. Christy had.
Willie, have you used the dating apps?
Yeah, sure. Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, all of them. Tried to get onto Raya. That's the elite one. They wouldn't let me in 4 different times.
No,
what's it called?
Raya.
Yeah.
That's what the celebrities use.
How do you spell it?
Raja, right?
Raya.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it.
All right.
Christy had breakfast for dinner last night. We never heard the end of it.
That's not true.
Avocado toast, evidently, in a fruit bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
And some turkey sausage.
I forgot the turkey sausage. Cardinals and butterflies could be your loved ones coming back to visit you.
I'll be darned if a cardinal did not land on my deck yesterday. Really was listening.
I was watching TV and a Subway commercial with Kyler Murray came on. I thought the exact same thing.
Oh, the Arizona Cardinals quarterback. See?
Yeah.
Cute. It was a cute one.
Let's see. John from the UK emailed us yesterday. He is an Air Force veteran, loves our show, and also he loves whores.
Can't get enough.
No. I think you accused the man.
We implied he loved
I thought he finally admitted it via.
No, we retract all those statements, John. You're a great American. And
thank you for your
Sure,
service.
you can be a great American and still love whores.
A lot of good overlap there.
General Patton worked his way through Africa on the backs of whores.
John F. Kennedy certainly liked this country.
Or these, does it count if you don't pay them?
Okay, the Patton thing going through Africa on horse is pretty fun.
Very good.
I like that.
Very
Go ahead. Sorry. Let's see. Josh is okay with profiling in U.S. airports.
That's crazy.
Not just comfortable with it, I insist on it. We all kind of do.
Not only okay, A-okay.
Yeah.
What brought up the profiling topic?
The Afghan dogs, I think.
Oh,
the
that's right.
Afghans,
Yeah, we found out that Christy at her first wedding had 2 Afghan hounds. And what were their names again?
Moonraker and Tiffany.
And Trevor Lawrence.
I put up a picture on my socials, and the Kaluuya's in there too.
They are
He was
cute.
a puppy. Kahlua was
I
really
don't know
young
if they're
in that
cute.
picture.
Those aren't cute dogs. They're like handsome
Yeah, that's better.
Attractive dogs.
Right,
Cute.
Were they
I'll show you.
friendly, good dogs?
Oh, yeah, they were great dogs.
Okay.
Can you imagine the Afghan coming in and wanting to just staring at you like they do? And
they're weird.
Is that outside or food?
Hatchet heads.
Hatchet heads.
Hatchet heads wanting food.
Why do you call them hatchet
Because they have
heads?
such
Because
narrow,
their nose
long
goes
heads.
out
There you
8
go,
feet.
Tom.
Oh.
They do have
Were they
long,
friendly?
narrow noses. Yeah, they were very friendly. They're great dogs.
Do you have to have leashes on them?
Oh, God, yeah. They're sight hounds. They'll run, and they won't really come
I
back
bet
when you
those
call them.
noses go right up your butt if you're not.
Right up.
Oh, yeah.
Right up the
That's
old booty.
But my least favorite category of dog is small, like thin body, big head. They have that. My favorite category, small body, real big head. Give me a pug or a corgi.
Oh, corgis, yeah.
That way freaks me out. The opposite way is a lot of fun.
I got you.
Do you like the basset hounds?
Yes.
Short little legs. I just saw
Floppy ears,
the
you
huge
bet.
ears that are dragging on the ground. I
Yes.
saw one the other day. We were getting ice cream, and this basset hound walked up. Hello.
Stubby little legs.
Smelling my shoes.
Your ears are dragging on the ground. That seems like God's mistake, doesn't it? I don't think that's.
It is interesting. Why?
It's an evolution issue.
Well, I pick up bugs and I can tell. No, your ears are too long.
They messed up somewhere.
Oh, yeah, all these dogs were bred to be this weird.
Yeah, for a reason.
Yeah, they're all kinds of different things if you read about them.
Well, and then some of them are bred almost out of existence. Because they look cute.
Yeah, that's the big problem with, what is it, the French bulldogs now? They got surgery.
They can't breathe.
Yeah.
We had David Rush on yesterday. Stupid record. He splashed water into pitchers. That was, honest to gosh, what we talked about.
Still a record.
Didn't he tie? Wasn't it?
No, it was a tie.
Yeah.
Now he's got a few more to go before he'll be the record holder for the most.
Yeah, but is he
contemporaneous.
counting this as he counts this as a record he holds, even though he tied it?
I'm not sure if this was the tie. Yeah.
Well, that shouldn't be right. It's a tie, not a record.
Well, he's still number one.
If I tie you in the Super Bowl, am I the champion?
Yeah, I know. These ties shouldn't count.
Ties, yeah, we should.
I don't think he thinks they. I don't think we can't assume that David thinks they count.
Mm-hmm.
He knows better.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get him on the
That's
blower.
his game. He knows
Don't
the
do
game.
that.
No, there's no need.
He's in the other room, probably.
Please, dear God, don't do that.
Do you remember what we found out yesterday? What the number 2 beverage is, Christy Lee?
Yeah, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper has surpassed your beloved Pepsi.
Dr. Packer.
And no one.
They're number one.
Can we find out, Jason? Wasn't there a Dr. Pepper Upper before there was the other one?
I'm a pepper. She's a pepper. We're a pepper.
I think there was one earlier on.
Boy,
that's
where they were just
going way back
first
now.
start putting sodas in glass bottles. You mean?
Yeah. They just stopped calling them phosphates.
Yeah.
Thurston, we need a jingle.
Because I'm a pepper. He's a pepper's the 60s and 70s. So before that, you're saying.
Now, which major beverage has the most flavors? I'm going to guess Mountain Dew.
They have a lot.
Flavors. Do they?
Baja Blast has really changed them.
They have options on.
Yeah.
There's different ones.
Oh.
And you've got, like, what do you got? You got Coke. You've got Diet Coke.
Cherry Coke, vanilla Coke.
Yeah, and
I don't care about all the different.
And you like the Coke Zero?
Cherry Coke Zero.
I love Coke Zero.
Cherry Coke Zero.
Cherry Coke Zero. Get me in a car. I got a car ride. I got that. I got an audio book on. I'm hanging out, man. Having the time of my life.
I had a Pib Zero yesterday.
How was
Did you really?
It's good. It was good, yeah.
Oh.
Cherry Coke Zero, Diet Dr. Pepper. Those are the elite diet sodas in my book.
So, but isn't Mr. Pibb the same as Dr. Pepper?
They have a similar flavor, but yeah, Mr. Pibb's gone. It's just Pib Extra now.
What?
You can't just get a Mr. Pibb.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Mr. Pibb is missing?
Lost his program.
Yeah, so they just went with Pib.
Wow. Why didn't they make him a doctor?
He's a little less snooty.
Really?
Yeah. He's more of a blue collar man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think they went far enough with Mr. Pibb, Dr. Pepper, and they're both the same colors. I think maroon and black or something.
Issues.
And very close in flavor, but it's good.
You think you could tell the difference if we did a blind taste test?
A Dr. Pepper and Mr. And a Pib, I think I could. Yes.
Do you think Mr. Pibb will show up on the side of a milk carton?
Oh boy.
Ironic, really.
Anything?
That's good. You can go home. You've had 2 home runs.
Maybe I should come in sick more often. What do you think?
He could.
Let's see. My favorite story yesterday was the guy wearing a dookie rope that the necklace saved his life.
Yeah.
He got shot. That's
silver chain.
That's a surprise. Yeah. And the thing saved his life.
How many movies is that plot line in?
Quite a few.
The bullet hits
something.
Civil War Bible.
A thick Bible or a cigarette holder.
Now, do you remember I speculated as to what sound the bullet made when it hit him in the necklace? Bling.
Yeah, and I remember.
I think your son remembers.
Can't get that one, can you?
Never forget, I say.
See, bling is a reference to the accoutrement that the
problematic
hip-hop community wears in excess.
The hip-hop community to excess.
Because 80s rock bands, they never wore jewelry or vanish makeup.
Or more hairspray than cheerleaders.
Kiss was an acoustic band with a modest show.
That's
very low-key.
I never saw Greg wearing. Guy stole a liquor truck yesterday because he needed to pay off his drug dealers.
I still love that story.
Yeah, that is.
He was arrested.
Yeah.
He really thought he was moving up in the world. He really thought that he was getting it together. I'm done doing drugs. I'm just going to steal alcohol and sell it like a good American.
Settle my debts.
Exactly.
Start over.
Stole the whole truck.
Yeah.
Stole the whole truck.
But didn't they catch him at a bar?
Yeah, they caught him.
He was outside
He was
a bar.
trying to sell his stuff.
If you're going to steal a truck full of liquor,
what are you going to do? You got to go to a bar to sell it.
Yeah, I was going to buy it.
Yeah.
Bulk like that.
I was going to go to a bakery.
Hey!
You know what goes great with a chocolate sprinkle donut?
J-Mo!
And we found a good news for chocolate lovers. Remember this one?
Yeah, remember we did the story long ago that there was some toxic chemicals supposedly in dark chocolate.
Lead and cadmium.
Yeah, and they said not. It's
They're
not going to hurt you.
nothing to hurt you. So.
No.
And I said, sometimes you feel like some lead, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's okay to eat that dark chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you feel good
It's
about
actually
your
supposed to be good for you.
Yeah, there we go. That's nice to know. Anything else we learned yesterday?
More review coming up.
Okay, very good.
We got it.
Coming up in today's show, the great Edwin McCain will be in the studio. One of the funniest and nicest and talented singer-songwriters out there. He's on the road with Hootie?
Yeah, and Collective Soul.
All right. Oh, I love those guys. That'll be great. Right now, I want to talk to you about. We talked about Father's Day, and it's just around the corner. And the most important thing you can do for your dad, of course, is get him steaks. And Josh, would you care to elaborate on that?
I'd love to. Thank you, Tom. Father's Day right around the corner. I know you're excited. Give him a gift that's guaranteed to take him to his happy place. Give him Omaha Steaks, because a world-class dad deserves a world-class steak. In fact, we talked to the CEO of Omaha Steaks yesterday, and he verified it. He said, 85%, 90% of dads would prefer steak to beer. How about that? That's how much dads love steak, and the Father's Day experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy. They have great hand-selected gift packages starting at only $89. Go to omahasteaks.com. Pump in promo code BTS at checkout. You're going to get an additional discount when you shop gourmet gift packages for old dad. Pick from all their wonderful premium proteins like the juicy pork chops, air-chilled chicken breasts, which we had yesterday. How juicy were those? And beefy burgers. And so, let me tell you something about their burgers. You can get their filet mignon burgers where they actually take some of the finest steaks they have, grind them up into the most delicious burgers you may ever put in your mouth. My gosh, go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code BTS. Get exclusive savings. Shop for unforgettable gifts guaranteed to make Dad's Day. Because look, if there's one thing Omaha Steaks knows, it's that dads want steak. They've done their research. We had the proof yesterday. What else can I tell you? My gosh, will you just listen to me? That's omahasteaks.com. Use promo code BTS at checkout. Save on exclusive packages starting at only $89. And hey, if you're a father yourself getting your dad a gift from Omaha Steaks, don't forget you, my friend. Why not order yourself one of these packages? It's a great deal.
Of course, very good. Now, do you remember the special favorite kind of steak that we discussed?
Yes, the rib crown.
The rib crown.
We're told to really check out.
That's his favorite. Mm-hmm. He should know, because he can have anyone he wants anytime.
Yeah.
We did not introduce him to Jumbo Frank.
No, apparently he did. He's very happy that Jumbo Frank is the thing. So we could have introduced him.
Really?
Jumbo Frank was nervous to do so, and apparently he didn't need to be. So.
I wonder wouldn't it be great if he invited you out to Omaha to put on the Jumbo Frank suit for the inaugural Jumbo Frank press conference.
We'll get on that.
What a great moment.
Josh, do you want to get on a flight and wear a costume? That's what he asked you.
Coming up, we have Maverick in the news. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later.
This one here, it's about how the Amish all help one another out.
Oh, that's nice.
Are you ready, Carl? Barry?
Yeah. Graver.
Okay.
All right, fellas. Let's go.
Oh, Yoder needs a new barn, 'cause his burned down and he just mowed his hay. Yeah. So all us neighbors joined in to help your brother is the Amish way. Yeah. And I don't give a hoot that I'm wearing this suit working hard in the midday sun. But there's a guy named Zach Smith who's got a bad back, but I think he's next in line to be shunned.
Oh, yeah, he's just lazy. We're all working like crazy. The lemonade was flowing when the barn started growing.
Boys from above today, everyone to shove, and we knew we had a barn raising. First walls made up and didn't fall, we knew it was a barn raising. Barn raising! Barn raising! Woo! Barn raising! Barn raising!
Oh, well, we're always working so hard. It seems like working's all we ever do. Yeah. We only took a short break. We ate our lunch and barely stopped to chew. Yeah. Then a loser named Zach, he made a dumb crack and the congregation got PO'd. Someone grabbed a board, but then they hollered Lord because it was the main one bearing the load.
Oh, yeah, the barn started swaying. All the women were praying, and Zach started running. This wasn't a shunning.
By the time the barn fell, we were running like hell, and we knew he had a barnyard blitz. And the person yelled, wait, somebody knocked the gate, and we knew it was a barnyard blitz. Barnyard blitz! Barnyard blitz! Barnyard blitz! Barnyard blitz!
Oh, yeah, although it was frightening. It was very exciting. There was nothing to save him. We're all gonna shave him.
The smoke cleared, we had his hat and beard, we were finished with the barnyard blitz. Sitting on his way, he's a Methodist today, another victim of the barnyard blitz.
Barnyard blitz! Barnyard blitz! Barnyard blitz!
Everybody!
It's a barnyard blitz! It's a barnyard blitz! It's a barnyard blitz! It's a barnyard blitz!
Yeah. The Electric Amish, the Barnyard Blitz.
Thank you, evil hellbound heathens.
Thank you very much.
I like that very much.
Can you introduce the band, please?
That one right there is Carl. You'll find him located just above the bass.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. It's Carl Goodman right there. Back here on the drums is Barry Goodman.
Barry. Good morning.
No relation.
No relation.
No, we get that a lot. I, of course, am Graber Goodman. I play the guitar.
Okay.
And I noticed you were talking, you like my guitar here.
Uh-huh.
This is a Gibson Graber signature model.
Oh. I didn't know you'd learn to write.
I didn't know. I didn't do my signature.
Okay.
And what's
Gibson
again?
doesn't know about this yet. So.
It's
If
in
it
the
were
shape
your
of
signature,
the.
it'd just be a flying X, wouldn't it?
Oh, if it were my signature, yeah.
Oh, I see. It's in the shape of the thing in the back of an Amish vehicle.
Slow-moving
The
vehicle.
thing, that's right, Tom.
The triangular. What do you call it? What's that?
That's a triangle.
The triangular thing, yeah, we call them
the
triangles.
orange triangle. Well, thanks, guys. Take a little break.
Take a little break.
Go do some woodworking.
Is this going to be like your version of a little break where you guys just sit around your ass all day?
Go build something.
Yeah, lazy.
We don't work like the Amish, that's for sure.
Well, we've got some cheese to get to.
Okay.
Was a slap in the face to male fans everywhere and goes against the very spirit of the Olympic Games.
Yes.
Hello, Michelle Kwan, are you listening?
It has been another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
You're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
You're so weird.
You have no idea.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom Radio. 24/7, 24/7.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Mark Eubanks. Did you go to college down in...
I went to college in University of West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was a mountaineer.
Well, why would someone from Florida go to college in West Virginia?
Because you didn't have to be real smart to get into school there. Basically, showing up got you that piece of paper.
Valedictorian was a 2.0.
On the breathalyzer.
Well, internet porn.
Oh.
Well, there's
photography. You know, people don't go, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
You know, because of the internet.
Oh, that's true.
But I think you miss out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Ed Yeager.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again.
I'm glad football season's almost here. I love football.
I do, too.
I was I was in a hotel room, and I was watching a football game, and I opened the drawer, I pull out the Bible, I turned to John 3:16.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually says, "Sitteth thee in the end zone with a large sign."
Hi, this is Augie Smith, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
You could be a winner.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Big day today. Special guest in the studio. Live.
Edwin McCain will be joining us. Looking forward to talking to him.
Yes.
Great artist and on tour with Hootie.
Yep.
We'll find out about that. But right now, are we still reviewing what we learned in the show?
We are still reviewing it, yes.
Okay, what else happened?
Mr. Pringle's real name. According to Josh Arnold's, it was Kevin Cartwright.
That's what I always heard, but
it's actually Julius Pringles.
Of course I prefer that.
But Josh
Julius Pringles.
I don't know if I might prefer Kevin Cartwright. I don't.
And why were Pringles in the news?
I don't remember.
Was it because of the guy that was it because of Mr. Monopoly in the news?
Well, yeah, that's what we started talking about. And then we talked about Pringles because we're talking about mustaches and monocles.
Okay. Yeah, and Mr. Pringle does not have a monocle, but does have a substantial mustache.
And neither does Mr. Monopoly, but...
We talked about kilts again. Evidently, Jess Hooker's okay with men in kilts. Never know if you're going to see something.
Yeah, and that's where we learned.
Okay, let me set this up then. We were discussing, what do you call it? If a lady, say, were doing the Sharon Stone Sans
underwear
panties,
Sans panties.
I believe
feels the need to say.
I believe the vulgar phrase is shooting a beaver.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I was asking, what would you call it to keep the animal analogy, if you will, there? When a gentleman was wearing a kilt with no underwear, what would you call that? And Christy, you came up with...
well, I came up with aardvark, and we came up with hello, aardvark.
So when you see that when that situation arises, you're supposed to say, hello, aardvark.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you had some mail about hello, aardvark. Is that correct? Mr. McGee, you had mail about hello, aardvark?
No.
Okay.
We have a Dr. Pecker email. But maybe that's what reminded you of it. Dr. Pecker and an aardvark, right?
Yeah.
Dear Chick, I've spent the better part of my life in Southern Ohio, and everybody I know, we'd always say, boy, that Dr. Pecker sure is good, instead of Dr. Pepper. Maybe this is an Ohio thing.
Wow.
A real Ohio thing, not Cleveland.
You know, we have
Tom does not count.
We have one of the
in
old
Ohio history.
Dr. Pepper jingles. Would you like to hear it?
I guess.
Is this the
Choose the coolest drink that's ever come to town.
Wow. Whoa. Now put those strings right up front.
And it never, never, ever lets you down.
Okay, and then nice.
Holy hell, is that?
That's what? I've never heard that.
Sounds like the Jetsons theme song a little bit.
That is just rude on my ears. What's going on there?
Like an assault. Here we go.
Choose the coolest drink that's ever come to town. Dr. Pepper is the friendly pepper upper.
You don't like
Dr.
it?
Pepper what?
Is the friendly pepper upper.
It'll pep you up.
Pepper upper.
You know, like meth. No, I
Is
don't.
there a year on that?
It's got to be
It's got to be 40s or 50s.
I would think 50s or 60s. But it's nice horns. And does it remind you of the Bengals jingle?
That's snappier. Mm-hmm. But yes. It all reminds me of old.
I don't know what you're talking about, Josh. And
it's a miracle that we're able to hear these things still.
Yeah, it really
No,
is.
it's a miracle that anybody listens to us listening to that.
Well, sorry. I mean, just artifacts.
Yes.
Oh, how
old.
about the Miami Dolphins fight song?
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. Oh, what? Take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in
Scottish. Who is this? Johnny Horton?
Yeah, it is Horton-esque.
And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins. Oh, well, that's Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Remember that? Love You Blue? Hell yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, it's real bad. Yeah. Oh, here's one for Josh. The now defunct, I forget which team they are now, the Hartford Whalers fight song from the NHL. It's just music.
It's awesome.
I like this.
It sounds like a TV theme song, a detective show from the late 60s.
No, not a detective show at all. No.
You don't see.
It's the tanning booth is just opened. And she's driving to work.
Yeah, it's got that feel to it.
There's no lyrics at all?
No, none. Hartford Whalers.
Whalers. You get to make up.
Hartford Whalers
make it up
fight.
yourself.
Yeah, none of those are particularly badass. They're just...
Wasn't Gloria the song for the St. Louis Blues?
just one season, yeah.
One magical season. They won the cup that year, right?
They did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
Wow,
go.
maybe we should bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Maybe we'll
Laura-
make the playoffs.
Maybe Laura Branigan could come back and sing it.
Well, I don't think that'll happen.
That's sadly not going to happen. Maybe Susie Quattro could do a cover of it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's an idea.
Boy, wouldn't our worlds...
I've got two reasons not to go.
Yeah, Dr. Pecker now is number 2 and just in front of Diet Pepsi, behind Coke as the number 1 soda in the United States. And there continues to not be a tiger loose in Cincinnati.
No tiger loose.
Thank
We updated that yesterday.
Okay.
Surely safe.
Now, in contemporary sports, what's happening? Anything of interest today?
We've got all sorts of gambling and betting on baseball, and a player has been banned for life. And the French Open continues. Novak has withdrawn.
Oh.
He's pulled out, Christy.
Really?
He's not going to be playing anymore. That's
tennis interruptus.
Has a bobo on his knee. Coco Gauff continues. And remember, if Coco Gauff marries Jared Goff, she would be Coco Gauff. And WNBA scores last night from the W. I am seeing the W mentioned more everywhere now. Really? I don't know if they heard me complaining or heard Tom and took their directions from you, but I do see W now.
That's nice rebranding.
In many I don't know if I would go so far as to say it's a rebranding, but I do see it now.
Okay, well, very good, very good. That's all coming up. And we also have a great guest coming up. Edwin McCain will be our in-studio guest. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
We have the young Shane Moss, comedian from Wisconsin, now living in Boston.
Yeah, I got the Ghost of Christmas Future
There you go.
Right next to me. So it's not too late, is it? I can still change.
You can.
Turns out it is too late.
Oh, yes. Now, you mentioned that your girlfriend is a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Now, did you have any normal jobs prior to this comedy thing?
Yeah, I had. I did a lot of manual labor type stuff. I worked in a factory for a few years. Worked construction. The worst thing that I ever did was I was a temp laborer.
Yeah.
Which was just an awful job, and there's like no health insurance or anything with it. There's just workman's compensation. So anytime I need to seek medical attention, it need to be a work-related thing. You know, I'd have to call up my boss. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, I better go and see a doctor. It's just yesterday, I think I was just picking up a little bit too much weight, and I think I might have gotten herpes.
Yeah, I better have that checked.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane all the things you have to worry about. Like I remember when I was in grade school, you know, I'm not that old, but just 20 years ago in grade school, the biggest concern was don't share hats, you might get lice.
Oh.
Yeah. They're much more serious now. Like, don't share needles, you might get AIDS.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can share hats again. Who cares about lice?
Yeah, how true. I see. Shane Moss is our guest. We've talked about the fact that you drive all over the place.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. This is one of my favorite topics. Kind of an inside showbiz thing, but every once in a while you get what's termed a hell gig. Yeah. Maybe you're on stage and you're in a small club or a bar and they've got a TV on over here. There's a pool game going on. People aren't paying attention. Do you have any great hell gig stories?
Well, I have a few, and I'll tell one anyway, and then if we have time for more, that's cool. I'll combine cars and a hell gig. How's that? I was in Detroit recently, and this actually wasn't a hell gig at all. It's just kind of my fault. I made a little mistake. Detroit's kind of a little bit dangerous. It's actually ranked the most dangerous big city in the country, and if you remind them of that, they will kill you.
Or try,
yeah. And I let it slip on stage that I drive a Hyundai, which is a sin there. And I had to explain to him. I was like, listen, you know, I'm all for supporting American-made products. I don't want anyone in Detroit to lose their job or anything. It's just that if I'm driving through Detroit, I want the most reliable vehicle possible. And,
wow.
That didn't go over very well.
Hi, this is Christy Lee from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com. Check out the list for a station near you or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Now, Bob has split the hot dog and put the cheese down the middle of the hot dog.
Good. That's fine.
And now you're going to stuff that in the
And I had to surgically remove the end of the hot dog. I circumcised my hot dog.
to fit in the Twinkie.
So it'll fit in the bun.
Now, did you? That isn't a bun, though. It's a Twinkie. Now, did you take?
It is the bun, my friend.
Did you take the cream out of the Twinkie?
No.
No, you don't want to do
nuts?
that. Why would you take the cream out of the Twinkie?
Why would you take the cream out?
I'm going to take the Twinkie and shove it in there. Take it, Twinkie. Oh, the Twinkie split open.
Look at that. Let me see. Hold up your Twinkie. Now, Bob's looking.
Oh, boy.
How does it taste, Bob? Bob is now taking a bite of the cheese Twinkie hot dog.
Say the sacred word, the dog will come down. Give me on it out.
Bob, your thoughts?
That's not bad.
So you've got the Twinkie, which is a cake instead of a bread bun.
It's actually not bad.
Well, Bob likes it.
A little sweet taste, a little salty taste.
Holy mother of God, that's delicious.
Oh, my God. Have we done a calorie estimate on this?
I want to make a point that Bob is using a hot dog
as a pointer.
As a pointer.
You have got to try this.
Me?
Yes.
No.
Just one?
Yes.
One little bite.
One little bite.
Just one little teeny tiny bite.
Come on over here. Come over here and buy my hot dog.
No, we can do it tomorrow if you want to add bacon. We can make arrangements.
She's eating it now. She's eating it now. Oh.
Okay.
Go, baby, go.
I hope none of this creamy stuff gets on your cheeks.
Now, Bob, put your hand on the back of her head. Sorry, I don't know what that was.
Don't hold her ears. Just
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
Give me more.
Let her put it in her own mouth, for God's sake.
Oh yeah.
Sweet and salty, yummy.
Christy, your thoughts, please. Could you get near the microphone and give us your thoughts?
It's not bad.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
It's not bad.
See, how about that?
Bingo.
This week, it's effing ham and eggs.
For lunch, try the huge effing burger. Pan-fried in a rich butter sauce mixed with big effing egg yolks. We call it the effing heart attack.
It's an effing experience you'll never forget. And what about dinner?
Juicy effing steaks with fresh effing veggies and a creme brulee that's effing out of this effing world. Or go effing nuts with a hot fudge sundae.
How would you rate the Effing House Family Restaurant?
It was the best effing experience of my life.
Rate this place? Well, I wouldn't give it a B. I wouldn't even give it a C because it's effing A.
In Effingham, Illinois, it's the Effing House Family Restaurant. You'll have an effing good time.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom Radio.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey.
Josh Arnold here.
Hi, Chick.
Ace Cosby over there. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Just got a nice photograph of someone's bumper sticker saying, I love aardvarks.
All right.
Who
wouldn't?
We've declared the aardvark the official animal of the Bob and Tom Show. We'll explain why later. Coming up, Edwin McCain will be our in-studio guest. Certainly looking forward to seeing Mr. McCain. But right now, we turn to Chick McGee at the Bob and Tom Sports Desk.
San Diego Padres infielder Takupita Marcano banned from baseball for life for betting on the sport, and 4 others suspended for 1 year by Major League Baseball in the game's biggest gambling scandal in decades. Major League Baseball said Marcano placed 387 baseball bets totaling more than $150,000 in October of 2022 and from last July through November with a legal sports book. He became the first active player in 100 years banned for life because of gambling. Oakland Athletics pitcher Michael Kelly suspended for 1 year for betting on baseball while in the minor leagues, and 3 minor leaguers also were banned for 1 year for betting on big league games. I'm not sure how they look at the Pete Rose situation. But this is all stems from the Black Sox and that they fixed that series, and they get real touchy about the gambling topic. Baseball star Shohei Ohtani's former interpreter has pleaded guilty to bank and tax fraud in a gambling case that stunned the sports community. It didn't stun me. I said, oh yeah?
And you're part of the sports community.
That was about it. Well, that is even stretching it, too. Ippei Mizuhara entered his guilty plea yesterday in federal court in Santa Ana, where the winds come from. Prosecutors say he exploited the Japanese... Prosecutors say Mizuhara exploited the Japanese-English language barrier to isolate Ohtani and profit from his proximity to the two-way player's power. He admitted to stealing nearly $17 million from Ohtani's Arizona bank account to cover his growing gambling bets and debts with an illegal bookmaker, plus $325,000 worth of baseball cards and some medical bills he had. Ohtani also paid for those without knowing him.
How much in baseball cards?
$325,000.
That's a lot of gum.
Yeah.
That is a lot of gum. I don't know if when they buy the packs of baseball cards, the trading cards now, do they all still come with gum in them? I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
I don't think so. No, it's a shame.
What a jip.
Yeah.
I mean, ripoff. Sorry, forgot about that. I keep forgetting.
Novak Djokovic pulled out, sorry, Christy, of the French Open with an injured knee.
Ouch.
Oh.
His left knee.
Right knee?
His penis. Oh, did I do it wrong?
I believe it was the right knee. Yeah. The withdrawal ends Djokovic's title defense and means he'll relinquish the number 1 ranking next week. Djokovic has a torn medial meniscus in his right knee.
Ouch.
The extent of the injury found during an MRI exam on Tuesday. Number 2, Yannick Sinner is assured of replacing Djokovic atop the ATP rankings.
Oh, Cinnamon, where you going to run to?
He was supposed to...
Cinnamon.
What is that?
Where you going to run to?
Sinner Man.
Little Nina Simone for that ass.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sinner Man.
Gosh, educate
Nina
yourselves,
Simone.
will you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have no idea what you're doing.
This is the man that was complaining about the Bengals song not having soul. No idea.
We need to play some Nina Simone for Tom.
Strange fruit or something.
Oh, Cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's one of the greatest songs ever.
Cinnamon.
Is that about that bridge in the...
Well, he's off.
It is not. It's about a sinner man who...
isn't there some creepy ghost at some bridge or something?
Slender Man.
Oh, okay.
I just told you, Slender Man.
Okay, that's a different thing.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, Slender Man.
Sorry, that's both two obscure things.
Well, it's not as obscure as the Allman Brothers, but you're close.
Okay, fine.
Coco Gauff and defending champion Iga Swiatek have set up a showdown in the French Open. Gauff came back to defeat Hans Jabeur in Tuesday's first quarterfinal. Swiatek.
That's pronounced Hans Gruber.
Remember Hans Gruber?
Mm-hmm.
Marketa van der Rosa. Let's see. Gauff is the reigning U.S. Open champion, made it to the Final Four of the Australian Open in January. Swiatek has won 10 of their previous 11 meetings. The W last night, Connecticut over Washington, New York beat Chicago, and Seattle beat Phoenix. And
I can't believe we're doing those scores.
I can't. And from the world of racing, sad news, Pernelli Jones, the 1963 Indianapolis 500 winner, died yesterday at Torrance Memorial Medical Center in Torrance, California. He was 90 years old at the time of his death. Jones was the oldest living winner of the Indianapolis 500.
Wow.
Rufus Parnell Jones, born in Texarkana, Arkansas in 1933. Moved to Torrance, Mrs. Torrance, as a young child and never left. It was there that he became Parnelli because his given name of Rufus was too well known for him to compete without locals knowing he wasn't old enough to race.
Oh, wow.
What a story that is.
It's a great story. He was great. He was in here. Nice guy.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool you got to meet him.
No memory
Yeah, he's
of
one of those guys, just one name says it all.
Parnelli.
You say Parnelli. They know who you're talking about. It's like Elvis or Cher or Madonna. What famous athletes are just one name?
I don't know if Parnelli Jones. I've always heard Parnelli Jones. I've never heard him referred to as Parnelli.
Yeah.
I always heard the Jones with it. I don't think he qualifies as the Babe. Maybe, I don't know. No,
Rocky.
Rocky. So far, we're still in the world of make believe. I realize doesn't not that different for you. I know that. But. Oh, here we go. Another stupid world record. A rare Boba Fett action figure is sold for a record-breaking $525,000 at auction.
Holy cow.
Man.
Heritage Auction said the nearly 4-inch tall Star Wars figure is one of only 2 surviving hand-painted missile-firing action figures who also can use his left or right hand, and the visor goes up and down, and the belt buckle lights up.
That's crazy.
I made that stuff up at the end.
Oh.
It was pulled from production in the 1970s. Actually, it's 4-inch tall, one of only 2, hand-painted, and missile firing.
Okay.
That's where it stops.
One of only 2.
I'm not sure why the belt buckle doesn't light up. That would have been
It was pulled because of the choking hazard.
Oh, okay.
There was a similar toy that had just come out that was pulled because of that, so they stopped. They decided they're not going to make them, and then some of the employees grabbed a few of them.
It's a prototype.
Smart.
And can you imagine?
No.
$500,000 for a little tiny toy?
Actually, it wasn't. It wasn't the Boba Fett that was making it. It was choking kids. Apparently, in 1979, Battlestar Galactica. And if you're not watching the updated series, I don't know what's wrong with you. They had plastic missile firing toys, and the missiles had become choking hazards. Most likely, I'm guessing brothers firing at their sisters. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
probably.
My Jar Jar Binks action figure is probably worth about $5.
50 cents?
I paid more for it than that.
Okay.
Did you get him a Jar Jar Binks?
I did, yeah.
You bought him that thing?
Yeah. I think it's mint in box, isn't it?
Yeah, I got it in this box still.
Where is it?
It's in my office.
Sure it is.
No, I just.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was keeping it back there.
It's not mint because you're a collector, though. It's mint because you don't open stuff.
Right.
And Josh, I know Tom wants you to know this. That really meant a lot to him that you gave him that.
I think he was kind of tickled by it.
I will defend Jar Jar Binks.
He
I know
put it
that
right
the
there
Star
on the
Wars
floor with all his other stuff.
A lot of Star Wars.
so happy with the gift, Josh. Thank you, Josh.
I don't know why do people get so offended. God,
I'm not offended.
No, I was annoyed.
I'm annoyed. More
comedically, I was offended.
You don't think space aliens might talk in an odd manner?
No, I have
you're
no
putting
issue
words
with
in
that.
my mouth.
Right.
Very distracting.
I'm creatively offended.
I don't think other people are that. I think the Trade Federation was the bigger deal. I think those fellas.
I think people forget that Jar Jar Binks was played by a black guy.
Exactly.
Who chose to do that.
Exactly.
It wasn't.
I didn't.
It's not like it was Christian Bale.
No.
Although him or Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis on Broadway as Jar Jar Binks, I'd go. Damn right I would. I'd watch that.
Anyways, more than $500,000 for a toy. That's absolutely amazing.
Well, it's pretty valuable because it was stuck in the Sarlacc pit forever, but then it ended up coming back out. So.
There you go.
No one saw that coming.
Doesn't someone in your family have all the Star Wars toys?
The girl's dad used to have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I don't know where that stands
We
now.
had a ton as kids, but obviously.
And Boba Fett was his absolute favorite.
Yeah,
so.
Which guy is Boba Fett?
I thought it was Boba Fett, but
I don't know.
He's a bounty hunter.
He's a bounty hunter. Yeah.
You'd recognize the suit. He was hired to go after. He caught Han and then sold Han or gave Han to.
Yeah,
Jabba
he was
the
a bad
Hutt.
guy.
Commissioned by Jabba to.
Is he an alien?
Hey, you know the scene when they're in the bar and Han's talking to Jabba and he goes, "Oh no, Greedo." Remember?
What?
Yeah.
He looks back and I don't know, Greedo, what you're talking about. Shoots him right in the head. Yeah.
Oh, Han shoots first.
Oh,
That's
yeah, Han
true.
absolutely
No
shoots first. Yeah.
In the
That's
bar.
Star Wars.
But I think Han had every right to shoot first.
And he's being all sarcastic. What do you mean? Greedo was just trying to conduct business.
Greedo was going to kill him the first chance he got.
Wait a minute.
I'm lost
You think
there.
that's true? I think you might be right now. I'm looking at that scene a whole new way. And that's sports, Tom.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Time to enjoy sports next time with those great Raycon earbuds.
Yes, if you didn't enjoy it this time, there's always next time to get your Raycon earbuds. And now there's never been a better time. Raycon has their brand new upgraded model of their best-selling everyday earbuds. Now, Raycon's upgraded. You get active noise cancellation, ergonomic design for the gel tips that fit every ear ever made, and multi-point connectivity. It lets you pair with 2 devices at once, plus quick charge function, and it's weatherproof. We received Raycon's upgraded everyday earbuds here in the studio. We love ours. Christy got the blush violet.
I did. Matches my phone. Very excited.
I got the forest green. Tom got the royal blue everyday earbuds. And Raycon's offers a 30-day happiness guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Go to buyraycon.com/Tom now. Show us some love and get 15% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. 15% off and free shipping at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Coming up, we have Edwin McCain is our in-studio guest. Certainly looking forward to seeing Mr. McCain. And a couple quick reminders. Got a letter here. Good morning, Bob and Tom show. This is Wesley from Arkansas. I just listened to Pat Godwin's new special, Repeat After Me. Funniest thing I've heard since the Josh Arnold Half Fat album. How about that?
Nice. Very nice.
YouTube, Pat Godwin, the Open Bar Comedy Special. We're coming right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening.
We'll play like the first single that we had, which is called Oh Yeah.
Yeah.
Staring down at Susie with tears in their eyes, and the first little old lady said, well, they're finally together. Second little old lady said, who, Susie and her first husband, or Susie and Sam Samurai? No, neither. Her legs.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
Do we have a topic today, Kostaki?
We do. The topic today, sort of dovetailing the Super Bowl, it's company slogans.
Okay.
And a bunch of them are beer slogans. They seem to be handy for joke writing, the beer slogans. Sam Adams, their slogan is always a good decision. Really? Beer is always a good decision?
Wait a minute. I can say no.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes.
This might be my favorite slogan ever. It's such a beer guy slogan. Carlsberg, probably the best lager in the world. Only a beer slogan could start with the word probably. Like, we don't even know. Who cares? It's got to be top 100, right? Have a beer already.
That is a very fine beer, though.
It is a good beer.
Probably the finest.
But think about it. No other company could get away with that. Like, you can't have Delta. We'll probably get you there. Like, we don't know.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom Radio.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwin, Christy, Willie Griswold, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby's all here. I'm Chick McGee. We have a special guest in the studio.
Eddie, our engineer.
Tom.
Oh, wait a minute.
Can I ask you a favor?
Yes.
Please don't embarrass us. Please try to act normal in front of Mr. McCain. Please.
The singer and songwriter.
Thank you. I tried.
Okay, I'll make it. The distinguished.
There's my effort.
Singer and songwriter, Edwin McCain, Edmund.
Well, so much for that.
Edwin McCain. It's a hard name to say. Change it. Edwin McCain.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Woo!
Doesn't he sound like a sheriff in the Old West, though?
Lucas McCain.
Yeah.
Like the rifle. That was my nickname.
Nice.
The Rifleman. Well, really, if I'm telling the truth, so I went to this basketball camp. It was Dick and Dave DiVenzio's basketball camp.
Oh, Dick and Dave, sure.
I don't know if you remember Dave DiVenzio or Dick DiVenzio, who's a big D2 college star and had a basketball camp. And I was a chucker.
Oh,
passed me the ball, I was going to shoot.
That's right.
I was 12 years old. When I was 12 years old, my confidence far exceeded my ability, and I was going to shoot. So I got the nickname the Rifleman. So,
nice.
There it is.
That's cool.
We call that you were a gunner when you shot the ball too much. Gunner!
Yep, gunner.
Shut up. I'm putting it up.
And the Rifleman was Chuck Connors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paw.
Yeah. And do you remember that it kind of leaked out that apparently he had an early start in 50s era porn?
Oh, God.
Chuck Connors?
It's embarrassing.
Chuck Connors. Yeah, and he also played.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And he played for the Dodgers for a bit, I think.
I think so.
First base, and we all remember this, I'm sure.
The Rifleman.
When TV was TV.
Sponsored by Paul Mall.
And Winston cigarettes.
Try Paul Mall today, kids.
Cool Bud Light. The only filterless cigarette.
That's right.
Edwin McCain is our guest. He's a very fine singer and songwriter. And you're on tour with Darius Rucker. And you've known him since before he was famous, right?
We all knew each other as freshmen at the University of South Carolina. And my friendship with them was brief because my college career was a scant one semester.
They've been there.
Yeah,
It's okay.
it only took a semester for me and the university to discover that we had nothing to offer each other. Which is ironic because they've twice now offered me an adjunct professor job in the last couple of years, and I keep reminding them, I'm like, you guys kicked me out. But yeah, Darius and I knew each other. We used to all go to this place called Muldoon's. They had open mic nights, and Darius and Mark used to sort of host this open mic night, and I used to bug them to death and get up and play. And then when I moved down to Hilton Head and started playing shows, and they started their band, and when they would come through Hilton Head, they would come out and hang out with me at my gig at the Tiki hut behind the Holiday Inn.
Nice.
On the beach, and our we were all friends, and when they started kind of taking off, I put a band together and was opening for them, and it was just one of those perfect timing things. We were all in the right place.
Were they Hootie and the Blowfish right from the beginning?
And they did the thing. They sold like 10,000 independent albums, and that was like the magic number. If you were an indie band and you sold 10,000 CDs out of your van, you'd get a record deal. And that was Dave Matthews got signed and Hootie got signed, and we were opening for Hootie and Darius, the A&R guy from Atlantic. Darius told the guy, he goes, look, we'll sign with you, but you need to bring our friend with us. Like that. Can you imagine?
Oh, that's
can you
great.
imagine how
so
cool?
nice.
Yeah, we'll sign with you guys, but you got to bring our big-headed friend. And he's terrible on the basketball court, but trust us, And so, and Darius sang on the first single with me and did the whole deal with me. Honestly, I spent my whole life trying to repay them for what they did for me early in my career. But you guys were the ones that broke Solitude.
Yeah, I remember
the ones that started playing it and went crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You were here when you were just a kid.
Yeah.
Edwin McCain, did you start playing originals, or were you doing covers when you first started going to those open mics?
Half and half. So, and that was a function of I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough a guitar player to learn how to play the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. There's way too many chords. So I could play. Some covers. Like I played some Seal, some Jimi Hendrix, and like Jane's Addiction and Blues Traveler, and then I was playing all the rest of it was my stuff, and that was only just because my stuff had less chords.
Gotcha.
Do you ever play covers now?
I still play. We have some. I play Earth, Wind, and Fire cover, and we have like random covers. God, I'm trying to think. I played a Gap Band cover.
Oh.
We played AC/DC the other night at the concert with Collective Soul. That was pretty fun.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and everybody's like, what's he doing singing Bon Scott? Don't worry about it.
Mind your own business.
Enjoy the show.
We're speaking with Edwin McCain. You mentioned the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Pat, could we at some point in today's show?
No.
I think it's. I think it's nice
For the great Edwin McCain.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to.
Talk about embarrassing.
No, we're trying to let Edwin get his. He asked me, please don't make me sing. He wants to get his voice warmed up, and Pat, you have a little tribute. Have you met Pat Godwin?
Yes,
fine guitar player.
If anything deserves context, it's this.
Yes.
This is, Edwin, this is out of left field. I don't know. This is the first draft of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It was about a certain jazz singer. It goes something like this. Oh, God help me. It sits down below like the ship we all know, the rectum of Ella Fitzgerald. Sorry. She'd scat when she sang and her bottom would bang. A disaster when the winds would come early.
Edwin, where are you going?
Let's do an edit here. The doctor, it said, would always turn his head when performing her colon procedure. We're almost done, Edwin. There's polyps and corn and Louis Armstrong's horn. The rectum of Ella Fitzgerald.
Did you pick up on those chords?
That was beautiful.
There
you go.
Isn't that touching? Isn't that a beautiful?
See, that's the thing, though. Everybody doesn't realize that all these songs it's always the rewrite. My song "I'll Be" was like the original was. Aunt B's got a fake shoulder. Aunt B makes bitchin' pie. And Aunt B's fussing at Gomer. Aunt B's got really flabby thighs. You start
Bravo. Yes,
there, and then you go.
Very good.
Very good. Paul McCartney did scrambled eggs. Edwin McCain, a tribute to Aunt B. And she's kind of from where you're from.
That's right. That's right. Mount Airy. I had a bus driver from Mount Airy that I loved. And it's the reason why I don't have a bus driver now. I just knew I could never replace this guy. Wrong Way Dave. Specializing in U-turns. And I swear to God, I go, so Dave, he was the greatest driver ever, but that's all he was going to do. Hey, Dave. Yeah, turd. He called me turd. Hey, the trash can's full. Do you mind dumping it while we're on stage tonight? I'd rather quit.
I love guys like that.
All right. Yes. And he'd be real ornery on the way out. But about, 300 miles from home, he'd be like, hey, turd, you need me to pull over and get you anything? He'd be all sweet. 200 miles coming into home,
Yeah. Now, and you do drive your own bus. You were telling me last time you were here that you had to take some kind of a special test to be able to drive that thing.
Yeah, I didn't for years because we were private coaches, but now we're under the DOT and all the thing. And I remember when I had to get had to get my company, my DOT number, and I had to submit my driver training program, and we have to be on a random drug screen. And I went to Old Wrong Way, and I said, hey, Dave. Hey, yeah, turd. We're going to be on a random drug screen now. You understand that? He goes, well, hey, turd, today's my last day.
Now, has Darius ever ridden on your bus?
Darius has ridden in an airplane with me.
Oh.
I flew him. I'm a pilot, and I flew us from one gig to another. And when we landed, he looked at me and went, you really do know how to fly. And I was like, you got in this plane not 100% sure?
Wow. That's faith. That is serious business. You're working on a new project, and I understand we're working on getting some of the background on that set up for you.
Yeah, I've got a record. First record I've made in 15 years, and Lee Brice and Bobby Bones kind of talked me into it. I was sort of in that mindset of nobody really, everybody's like, everybody be nice. You go, when are you putting out a new record? I'm like, you're not going to buy it. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm the same way. I listen to the same first two AC/DC records that I love, and I don't know any of the other ones, And so and I got talked into it. I was like, okay, I'll make another record. I'll go do this one more time. Got a record deal, got a management company, and, I'm back out here showing my kids the old man's going to make a lap. Let's see what the old man could do. I've been got back in shape. I'm, trying to go out here and do it one more time. And
all right, we're happy.
Who knows is going to happen? But
and are these songs that you wrote?
Most of them. This one you're going to hear is Matt Ramsey from Old Dominion is on it, and it's a song he wrote. And I called him and I said, hey man, do you have any happy songs? Because it's not really what I do. And I got a pile of really sad ones over here, and I need a happy song. And he sent me this song, and then we ended up cutting it together. So.
And how many did you write for the last 15 years, did you have songs sitting around you'd been thinking about?
This whole time I've been writing. So what I would do is, like things would happen, and I would write a song for whoever the person was and record it and send it to them. It wasn't ever, songs don't always have to be for commercial consumption. So I had lots of songs, but the problem is a lot of the songs are after some tragic thing.
Oh.
I mean, you know where we are in our lives, right? Like there's a lot of it's a different spot we're all in, and so I had all these songs. I was like, God, this is a pile of sad songs.
Now, have you ever been approached to take one of your songs and turn it into a commercial? Have you ever been asked?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, I know that a lot of the songs. I mean, listen, I've been all over Toyota about greatest van of your life for a million years. Nobody will take me up on it. I was like, are you kidding me? This song's tailor made for that. And but no, I haven't gotten lucky yet.
Approach the drug companies. If you watch the evening news, every commercial is for some. I usually can't figure out what illness or ailment it's for because it's always the same thing. People in beautiful country spots walking around playing frisbee with dogs. But then you'll hear, oh, wait a minute, that's whatever. That's Earth, Wind, and Fire, whoever it might be in the background. Maybe one of your tunes. Cash in.
Well, I have been approached by a bunch of companies trying to buy my catalog, which is interesting, and it's and I suspect it's the AI, the AI thing that's coming. It's going to create a new revenue stream for publishing because they have to have some kind of license to basically co-opt your entire musical style. Like the AI, the fans of Oasis got so tired of waiting for an Oasis record that they got AI to do it, and it's shockingly good. But it poses all kinds of copyright infringement questions, and so that's going to be an interesting.
Well, cool. Are you going to sell?
If they ring the bell, if they hit the number, and then y'all will be like, whatever happened to that guy?
New bus, new plane.
Whatever happened to that dude?
I don't know, but he's smiling somewhere.
New Island.
Writing happy songs now.
Right.
He's back at the Tiki bar.
I'm back at the Holiday Inn at the Tiki Hut.
That's right. But those were great days, though, huh?
I didn't know any better. I was 18 and I moved to Hilton Head, and I figured I just got as many gigs as you could get, and so I played 10 a week. I played 3 on Saturdays. I played 12 to 4 at the Tiki Hut, 6 to 10 at this place called Sneakers across town, and then 10:30 to 1:30 at Daddy Zach's. I didn't know you weren't supposed to play 3 shows.
How'd your voice hold up?
I was 18. Yeah. I mean, you can't be killed by conventional weaponry back then.
That's true. Yeah, I imagine there were probably some groupies and probably good days, huh?
There was a lot of girls from Ohio, as I recall. Like Ohio, apparently, Hilton Head is like the closest beach to Ohio. I guess is like I don't know, a lot of nice people from Ohio.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Generous.
Yeah.
Eager.
Giving.
Yeah.
Giving people from Ohio. We've always said that. Tom and I are from Ohio. Yes, we're giving.
That's right.
Darn right.
We're gonna make Edwin McCain play a song here in a minute. I know we're trying to get your vocals all lined up there. But we have time for a quick news story from Christy Lee first, though. How about that?
Yeah, sure. A remote tribe in the Amazon was connected to the internet using Elon Musk's Starlink. And among the other things they discovered...
Porn?
Yep.
There we go.
According to the New York Times, the Marubo people who live along the Itui River deep in the Amazon rainforest.
Oh, that's Patui River.
Preserved their way of life for hundreds of years until gaining high-speed internet access last September.
Oh, isn't this a terrible thing?
It's a horrible thing.
No,
in the 9
it's
months,
progress. Grandma, Grandpa, it's all progress.
the
Come
village
on.
has had Starlink. Villagers have fallen for scams and become addicted to social media and pornography. 73-year-old Tazanima Marubo told the Times that everyone was happy at first as they were able to video chat with faraway loved ones and send out emergency calls. And though she said things have gotten worse, Tazamaria followed up by saying, "But please, don't take our internet away." This new window to the outside world has left many in the tribe feeling torn and has created division among tribal members.
Well, thank goodness that hasn't happened to us. Yeah. Can you imagine if social media drove us apart?
Right.
Yeah, it just seems like a terrible thing to do to these people.
Right? Leave them alone. They were happy.
They were doing just fine.
Yes.
Well, and how ironic that it's Amazon.com to.
Yeah, I wonder if they deliver there.
Yeah, can I get a new spear? I wonder what kind of porn they're into, Josh. What do you think?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that be odd?
Is odd.
Seeing it for the very first time.
And how'd they find it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it just human instinct to type in people
doing it?
Yeah,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, if it's like Amish, and they just like watching them build furniture and stuff.
Yeah. It's not our porn at all. Like they're just looking at people using silverware.
Have you seen pants? Look. Okay.
I feel. I live in a house with teenage boys, so I feel this story intensely. And my middle son, he's like 12.
Wow.
I went into his room and I was like, "Hey, buddy, do you know how to clear a search history?"
I have a 13-year-old son.
Because I feel like it's important, and honestly, I'm a little concerned at the amount of Japanese animation. Like it feels excessive. And he's like, "Dad, can we please not have this conversation?" And I was like, "Buddy, the amount of Japanese animation on here, like I'm not trying to, call you out here, but this is alarming."
It's a lot of tentacles.
So then he goes, "No, Dad, it's not that. It's not what you think." He goes, when we're playing Fortnite, he goes, he would put up the animation because the soundtrack to it is excessive as well. And so he was playing the soundtrack through the microphone in his headphone while they were playing Fortnite and like distracting the other players.
Oh, you fell for that.
So he tells me this. So he tells me this story. And I go, "You're either the greatest liar in the history of 12-year-olds, or that's a pretty good strategy.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm going to walk out of this room. But if I see that you haven't been turning your homework in, you, me, and your search history are going to go to your grandmother's house, and you can explain this story to her." And he goes, "Dad, that's kind of like blackmail." And I was like, "No, it's not kind of like blackmail. It's exactly blackmail." And then that night at dinner, he's like, "Father, may I take your plate?"
Edwin McCain is our guest. We're going to get a song out of Mr. McCain, and here's something from the new project. What's the title of it? Do we have any?
Lucky.
Mr. McCain coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at
Miami, Cincinnati, Boston. I mean, it's...
I got you.
But no Houston?
No Houston. Not according to this.
Hello there, Houston. Hello there, Houston.
Whatever. But he wants me to stop this. Don't do that. That's irritating. Don't ever make that noise again. I can't make Houston all that noise. If you make that noise.
No, yeah. Stop slide whistling. People can't hear Houston and hello there.
Hatbox.
We're watching a show breakdown. Nervous breakdown.
June 21st, 2018. June 21st, 2018. Houston. Houston. Houston.
I wish we did all a team of men in white scrubs come in and drag you off while you're just Houston. Hello there.
We're going viral. Breaking away.
Yeah, and then they inject you. They inject you with something.
1936 Beatles. That's so. John Kennedy.
As they inject you, it's Houston. Houston. Hello there. Houston.
Happy summer solstice, everyone. Longest day of the year.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Yeah, it's Tom from the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com. Check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand. We're ready if you are, Chick. Do you want to?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Why not? Well, wait a minute. I have a question. Are we just going to do this right in front of everybody?
And Doctor, I assume you just go in with one finger. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I got to warn you, Joyce left the lube in her car last night.
Oh, it should be good and cold.
Funny stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. You know, it's always cold lube.
Uh-huh. Why don't they? Yeah, they should use a warming lube.
Sarah, start playing the violin.
So we can't hear the screams.
Right. Do you know the theme from Deliverance?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay,
you do the play-by-play.
Okay, here we go. Oh boy.
Parents to 7 kids under the age of 10 and will air on TLC starting in 2025. Baldwin is scheduled to go to trial in July in the fatal shooting of a cinematographer on the set of Rust back in 2021. And the memoir that Lisa Marie Presley was working on when she died last year will be called From Here to the Great Unknown. The book is written in the voice of Lisa Marie and her daughter, Riley Keough, who finished the book after her mother's death. It will come out October 15th. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Christy!
An Indiana man has been accused of stealing a liquor truck. The suspect allegedly told officers he needed to sell the liquor in order to settle a drug debt.
Trucking, stole a liquor truck. It's sucking.
Oh, yeah.
Being down on my luck, but I have a real good plan. Rob a bank, pay my bail, and leave town.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are 2 of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Little ditty about Jack Bauer's plan to try and stop a nerve gas attack by the mean Russian men. Jack is hiding in the ductwork, crawling around. Then it pops up, pulls his gun, shouting, "Everybody down!" Jack is just trying to keep America free. But tell him a lie and he'll shoot your wife right in the knee. Gotta get the intel, no matter the cost. He gonna give the wet list to that German dude who was on Lost. Jack said, Chloe, upload them schematics to my PDA. Gonna put my jacket hood on, hold my breath and save the day. Jack said, oh yeah, life goes on. Long after they set off the nerve gas bomb. Oh yeah, I said life goes on. Long after Michelle, Tony, and Edgar are gone. Little ditty about Jack Bauer's plan. Gonna whisper, then shout some, then whisper again. Curtis, where are you? Tell me about Mr. Cooper. Tell me about Mr. Cooper. Get in the chopper now. I said I wanted a cheeseburger.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom Radio.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little. We want to look good in the painting.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Now, do you have any animals?
I got 2 horses, about 15 chickens, dogs, cats.
So you are in the country, yeah?
Yeah, gravel road, one-way gravel road.
Really?
Do you eat the chickens?
No, the eggs.
Ah.
My wife said she'd never kill one of the chickens.
Really?
But she doesn't have any problem scrambling up the kids.
That's sweet.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, the High Plains Thrifter, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
The guitar.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here in our places with a very special guest. Tom, if you would do the honors.
It's Ace Cosby. No, wait a minute. No, that's coming up later. It's Edwin McCain and his guitar. Edwin is a fine singer and songwriter, a high-quality bus driver, and apparently a pilot. What kind of plane do you fly?
Well, I started out in gliders, and my theory was if I can learn how to fly a plane without an engine, then if that ever happens, then I'll be in good shape.
Yeah.
And my plan worked perfectly because that happened.
Whoa. Did it really?
Yeah, I was flying back from Charleston one day. I had a little single engine plane, and at night, and right halfway home, the engine just stopped. Like the propeller just went cack, and then I'm just staring at a propeller blade, and I turned to the friend of mine sitting next to me. He's also a pilot, and I said, "That's probably not very good." And I had read all this stuff, and I knew what the manual said, that the glide ratio. I knew all the scientific stuff. This plane will glide so and so distance over so and so. But in that moment, that plane was gliding exactly like a sofa. Man, we were coming out of the sky, man. Are you kidding me? Like a big redneck comet. It was amazing. And I was a little flustered, I gotta be honest. And then some smoke started coming in the cockpit, and I called back to the approach control and said, "Hey, listen, on top of the current situation that I told you about a minute ago, I think we also may be on fire." And the guy goes, "Do you want me to roll the fire trucks?" And I said, "No, just send the ice cream guy. Don't worry about it." Yeah. So we landed in Orangeburg, South Carolina, safely, and then that was a fun evening.
Did they have? Was the runway lit? I mean,
yeah. No, well, the little airports, you can turn the lights on by clicking the mic on inside your plane at a certain frequency. You can turn the lights on. So we turned the lights on and landed safely, and the whole thing.
How far away was it?
Well, when we lost the engine, I was pretty much right over the top of the airport. So I was lucky.
Yeah.
Really lucky, because there were not a lot of other options.
What was plan B?
Plan B was going to be some farm field, or and at the very last, most unusable option would have been I-26, but I don't want to bring innocent people into my problem. So normally you just try to find a big field. And
how was your friend doing?
We were all. It was all pretty sporty. We got out. I flew the next day because I knew if I didn't, I wouldn't probably ever fly again.
Same plane?
Different plane. Okay. That plane, that engine was pretty much done. It was toast.
Okay, well.
Yeah,
did the check engine light pop on?
No warning at all.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Our guest is Edwin McCain. He is also a bus driver. He's driving his bus around on his tour with Darius Rucker and Collective Soul. And if I got this right, Pine Knob, the Great Pine Knob in Greater Detroit tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're heading up. We're heading up today, and yeah, this tour has been a lot of fun. And so far, it's just started. So we got 49 shows we're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you sometimes play with Collective Soul?
I sit in with Collective Soul and with Hootie, so I'm on stage all night long. It's so much fun.
That's a blast.
We all get along. So those two bands have been like big brothers to me. So the Hootie guys got me started, but then Ed Roland and Collective Soul, they were already on Atlantic, and they knew that Atlantic had signed us just kind of like because Hootie told them to. But Ed was really my champion at Atlantic. And like when I sent him I'll Be on a cassette, and he went to the label and was like, "You guys need to pay attention. This kid's got a song, and this is a great song." And he really lobbied the label because they really weren't interested in me at all. I mean, I got to be honest, because I had the code to the Thursday morning conference call. I wasn't supposed to be on there, as I would get on there and listen to where I was in the priority, and they never even brought me up.
Wow.
I was like, I don't think I'm a priority at this label.
Every now and again, did you sneak in Edwin McCain?
You know, like,
I think Edwin McCain would make a fine.
Now, we're going to play something from your new project in a few minutes. I think we're getting that organized. Do you want to play something? You've got your guitar out.
Yeah,
what do you feel like playing?
Yeah. That's
If this world should break you, I'll pick your pieces up. Wherever the road takes you, I'll be there in the dust. The stars fade to nothing, dreams start to rust. Girl, I pray it doesn't. I pray it doesn't. But when it does, and you feel like heaven's falling, and when it does, you don't know who to trust. I can't stop your river rising, I promise you the water won't get rough. But I'll be right here beside you when it does. Know what it's like to cry out when all you got is prayer, and all you hear is silence. Makes you wonder if God was ever there. And I can feel your faith disappear into the air. Girl, I hope it doesn't. Girl, I pray it doesn't. But when it does, and you feel like heaven's falling, when it does, you don't know who to trust. I can't stop your river rising, I promise you the water won't get rough. And I'll be right here beside you when it does. Ain't no wrong we can't right, no fight we can't fight. The truth is, child, trouble's gonna come. But when it does, you feel like heaven's falling. And when it does, you don't know who to trust. I can't stop your river rising, I promise you the water won't get rough. I wish I could stop the world from beating you up, but I'll be right here beside you when it does.
Edwin McCain, live in our studios. And we're going to hear a little bit of something actually from the actual album in just a few minutes. I know we're getting that all rigged up. And we'll find out what else is happening in the world with you. And you were on tour. I mentioned Pine Knob on Thursday evening. Friday night, it's Riverbend in Cincinnati. Live with Edwin and Hootie and a Collective Soul. We'll find out all about that tour coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM.
I used to do James Mason as a stand-up comedian.
Really?
So this hooker walks into a hardware store. Says to the man behind the counter, I need a hinge. And he says, oh. You want a screw for the hinge? And she says, no, but I'll do you for the toaster.
That's a good joke. That was the.
That's a good one.
That was my classic James Mason.
Very nice.
And Jimmy Stewart as a horse race announcer. That was my first bit.
Really?
Well, the horses, they're down there in the gate, and they're ready to go, and they're off. And he's, well, you see, hey, Mr. Ed wins by a leg.
The telephone. I believe we have the author of the Big Butter Jesus song, Heywood Banks.
That is correct.
Hi, Heywood. How are you?
Good.
No.
Sure, you've been up all night.
You know, somebody called me at 2:30 in the morning. Hey, did you know that Big Butter burned down? Yeah. Couldn't you call me at like 9?
Well, I know that we spoke yesterday, and I know that you had hundreds of phone calls.
Unbelievable.
Well, and we also were talking, and you have written a new verse.
I have a new verse.
Now, dare I ask, is it going to be possible for you to play it over the phone?
You can dare ask. Yeah.
I'm anticipating the dropping of a phone. Do you have the phone crooked in your shoulder?
Some lyrics. I will rest it on the arm of the chair here.
All right. Okay. Well, give us a test.
Okay.
Put it down and then come back.
La 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 la.
That's not
Not bad.
Well, not bad. That's, I guess, a perfect spot for it.
In fact, maybe we could have you do our show this way from now on.
We can only dream.
Well, okay. Now, are you just going to do the? We just heard the song. Are you just going to do the new verse?
Yeah, I'll play the last verse. The new verse. I call this the epilogue or the epilogue.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Anytime.
One night, Big Butter got hit by lightning, and it burned to its frame wire in a giant grease fire. Some blamed it on Satan, and boy, that would be frightening. But I think it's Jesus' Father that's in charge of the light. Big fireball Jesus, inflammable Jesus, oh charbroiled Jesus, whoop-ah Jesus, oh extra crispy Jesus, bananas Foster Jesus, I'm put out, it's not Jesus. Charcoal-y some more.
Oh, my.
Yes, I'm put out, it's not Jesus. Charcoal-y some more.
And he brings his beautiful new wife to their honeymoon room, their suite. Mm-hmm. They're getting undressed on their wedding night there. Murray Whiskey drops his trousers, throws them over to his new little bride. Just put those on. She looks at him incredulously. She says, go ahead, put them on. She puts on the trousers. She says, they're too big. I can't wear these. Murray Whiskey says, that's right. Remember that. I wear the pants in this family. Don't you ever forget that. She says, fine. She takes off her panties. She throws them over to Murray Whiskey. She says, you put those on. He tries. She says, you made me do it. You've got to do it. He says, okay. So he tries to get them on. Can't do it. He says, I can't even get these past my thighs. He says, I can't get into these panties. She says, yeah, and until you change your attitude, you're not going to either, partner.
A true tale from the Old West.
That concludes another exciting episode. Murray Whiskey, frontier pyromaniac over here. What are you lighting up the studio?
Yeah, this thing, it's not working. I'm sorry. Nothing. Just
brought to you by that new Japanese Jewish restaurant, So Sue Me.
Thank you very much, Murray.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait. You're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
We have just a few more minutes with Kid Rock. And do you have a pre-show ritual of any kind? That's something that would be like a sports guy might put his socks on a certain way. Do you have
two blondes and a sandwich?
Or a blonde sandwich.
Or a blonde sandwich.
I'm not going to put words in Mr. Rock's mouth.
Not really, but this tour, since we got Reverend Run on with us, we always say a prayer. Which is kind of
weird.
Yeah.
It's great. We say a prayer, and then I go out and sing like Devil Without a Cause, and I want to, like, I'm never going to sing it again.
Well, go forth and multiply.
Attendance at church would be a lot better if they did that. Is there often with bands, there'll be one particular country, one like oddball country, where they're gigantic. Do you have any particular spots where you're bigger than elsewhere?
Yep, Louisville.
It's right next to Liechtenstein, isn't it? Yeah.
It's this weird country called Kentucky. Tennessee.
Pizza Hut, apparently, is going to start delivering cold beer along with their food.
No kidding.
Way.
They started the testing beer delivery program in Phoenix, Arizona.
And it passed with flying colors.
Yeah, everyone took it. Yeah. So how do you prove that you're of legal age?
The company told Fortune magazine it plans to expand that.
I'd like a large pizza, please. And 40 beers.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom Radio, 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
He's over there in the performance room. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
We've got a guy, he's a pilot. He also drives a bus.
Okay, I'm ready. You can introduce him now. We're all set.
And
No, hang on. I got something special for you. Go
okay,
ahead.
ladies and gentlemen, the singer and songwriter, Mr. Edwin McCain.
A rifleman.
Cut it down.
Nice.
And boom.
Got right to it.
Not right to it.
Does your bus have a name, by the way?
Yes, they all have names, and it's usually the first driver that drove the bus gives the bus the name. So I don't know who that was, and he named this bus the African Queen, and we call her Queenie. And I bought her after she had been in a fire. And I've rebuilt it, and I've been driving this bus for 1 million years, and I love this bus so much, and this will be my last bus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just keep... And the best part about it is it's 1999, so I don't have any of the diesel exhaust fluid, and I don't have to have electronic data loggers and all the stuff that the new buses have to have. And, it's great.
Now, I know that one has a boat, then you name the boat. Do you name planes?
No. I haven't ever. I'm sure people do, but I never named one. I mean, buses and boats, but I had an interesting moment. We used to keep the bus in a big shared space warehouse. And so the guy that owned the place used to let the sheriff's department train the dogs. And I came to get something out of the bus. And there was like 15 sheriff's department guys and like 10 dogs, and they were all around my bus.
Oh, boy.
And I came walking up, and they were like, "This your bus?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, our dogs have alerted on your bus." And I said, "Well, they'd be pretty crappy dogs if they didn't." You probably want to think about getting new dogs if those dogs didn't alert on that bus. And now nobody knew what to do, right? Like everybody's sort of looking at each other, and one of the younger cops, like down on the end, just busted out laughing. He couldn't help. I said, "Guys, let me show you the log." So I bought this bus from a rental fleet. A guy, and he kept meticulous records. So I can show you everybody that's been on this bus for the last 10 years. And so the first 2 tours that bus went on was Snoop Dogg. And then the following tour was Bob Weir from the Grateful Dead. And I told the guy, I was like, "Listen, so if your dogs didn't alert on this bus, then go ahead and get some new dogs." And then they accepted that answer, and they wandered off. And then I went inside the bus and went,
Yeah. And you grabbed the pot that you came for and left.
We did it, fellas.
I called my sound guy. I was like, "Get your briefcase out of here, man."
So where do you keep Queenie now?
She's out in your parking lot right out
Well,
front.
I know that, but I mean when you're home.
So I have a warehouse now. I've got my own warehouse, and I don't know if you've ever had warehouse space, but it's unbelievable the amount of friends and family.
Oh, yeah.
Can I store a car there?
Oh, my God.
It's like having a dumpster in your driveway.
Dude, I got stoves and refrigerators and old dryers. And I mean, it's amazing.
It's chick points. It's just like having a dumpster.
Yep.
I remember the first time I was.
Hey, buddy.
First time I was building a house. First time I was building a house, the first thing they put on is they put a dumpster on the lot. And my buddy said, "Yeah, don't worry, it'll be full." Nah, I went down the next day. There was a couch in it,
dude.
Yeah, it's same deal with a warehouse. Everyone they got stuff they want to store.
And so when my sons were little, they were doing the "What's your dad do?" And so my middle son Ben told his second grade class that I drive a forklift at a warehouse. Because that's what he'd seen me do, right?
Sure.
He'd seen me play music, but there's no way that's a job.
You've got a forklift at the warehouse?
I have forklifts. Well, here's the deal. I found a forklift on Craigslist for $500. And I was like, well, there's $500 worth of scrap metal in a forklift. If this thing works, I'm in. And so it started with a leaky $500 forklift, and now I've got a heavy equipment problem. I've got excavators and bulldozers. And it's a problem. It's an issue. I started a company. I ended up doing a grading and land clearing business because I ended up with so much heavy equipment. And my wife was always laughing at me because I'm always into some kind of hot side hustle. And when the pandemic hit, I was like, you see? I sat in an excavator the entire pandemic listening to books on tape, doing land clearing. Oh, it was fantastic. It was the best. Oh,
that's great. The life of a rock star.
Yeah.
Edwin McCain is our guest, and I have a short piece apparently from your new album. You want to explain what this is?
So this will be the first single, and I saved it to bring to you guys since y'all were the ones that broke the very first single I ever brought out. And I was like, you know what, just for we got to have our traditions.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it in. There's a song called
this is
Lucky.
I'm sorry, it's called Lucky. This is the song. Okay, here we go. And I only have a little bit of it, so here it is. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
That's Matt Ramsey on there from Old Dominion. We wrote the song together. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be
catchy.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna go out here and give it another shot.
And are you singing that live now?
No. This is the first time anybody's heard it right here.
But I mean, are you singing it in your show?
No, I'm not playing it on the shows yet.
What do you think of that?
This
exclusive's what they call this.
Yeah.
No, you're not playing it now because you don't know it yet.
No, I'm not playing it now because I'm opening the show and I got to get 5 songs into 30 minutes and I know which ones they want me to play. And most people are coming out. They're not really don't want to hear anything new just yet. So I'm going to play. I'm giving them the songs they want.
Give them the greatest hits.
You got to give them the songs they want. That's the first rule of show business. Give the people what they want.
When does Lucky come out?
That's a good question.
Now I want to hear more.
I know. That is right up my alley.
That is right up my alley.
Soon.
That guitar was awesome.
Yeah, it'll be out in the next 3 or 4, 5 months. We'll see.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're doing how many songs? You're doing 5?
Yeah. But then I sit in with Collective Soul and then Ann Hootie. So it's a lot of music because I go on at 7 and we go all the way to 10:30.
Nice. Now, is Hootie doing?
They're doing the whole. It's fantastic because you're getting the whole Hootie catalog and Darius too. So it's almost like 4. It's like 4 bands all in one. And honestly, it's the most fun I've had on tour.
That's wall-to-wall hits.
It's crazy because, I was lucky enough to have 2 pretty big songs. And then the Collective Soul comes out and plays nothing but radio hits.
Yeah.
And then Hootie, that record, you forget when Cracked Rear View came out. Like, the thing sold 40 million copies by now. That's astonishing. Like, and people graze over that, but that's a ridiculous amount of records.
I remember they went from playing a 400-seat nightclub, and then about 3 months later came back and played the Shed.
We were playing fraternity houses. Like, picture this. In the summer of 94, I played a gig where at W&L University on Fraternity Row, where we were playing at a frat house. Hootie was playing next door. Dave Matthews was playing down the street, and Jacko Pierce, all on Fraternity Row at W&L. And 6 months later, those guys were playing amphitheaters. And it was bonkers. I mean, it was one of those things. We were all standing backstage going, man, pretty soon somebody's going to show up and take us all away because this wasn't supposed to happen. Like, sorry, guys, this has all been a mistake.
No, we'll get some more music out of our guest, Edwin McCain, and some more road stories, I hope. And we have some Tom speak to teach everybody coming up. Yeah, and we'll explain what that means. But right now, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hope you're having a good 2024 so far. Take a moment to celebrate all the cool things that have happened to you. If you've got some things you want to accomplish this year, you got plenty of time. But therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the next 6 months. Now, BetterHelp is what's the best way to put this? An elegant, easy way to access therapy because it's all done online. The way it works is you'll fill out a form, and you do it all online, and you'll be matched with a therapist. And there are thousands of therapists participating in this program. So if you're thinking about therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Once again, it's completely online, so it's extraordinarily flexible, easy to fit with your busy schedule. And the key is that it's flexible in the sense that you can do it with a camera on, camera off, or just texting back and forth. So take a moment to visit betterhelp.com/BT show. The /BT show will get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/BT show. Reaching out for therapy is not a sign of weakness, but actually a sign of strength. Find out more at BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/BT show. And the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Coming up, we'll talk more with Edwin McCain. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Carl Lewis, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Flash traffic with Carl Lewis. Oh, I can't wait.
Hello and welcome to the Mr. Obvious Show. I'm your host, Mr. Obvious. Let's go right to the phones.
That sounds just like him, yeah.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Obvious Show.
Hello. Is this Mr. Obvious?
Speaking.
Oh, hi, Mr. Obvious. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, thanks for calling. What seems to be the problem, caller?
Oh, Mr. Obvious.
Yes?
I think I've got a critter stuck in my pipes under my kitchen sink.
Huh, a critter, huh? Some sort of animal? What makes you think that?
I can hear him down there making noises.
Noises, huh? What sort of noises?
Well, you know, kind of a growling noise. Like a critter.
What's that sound like?
Well, it's sort of like, you know, like that.
Huh. A critter under your sink, huh? And it's growling at you?
Yep. You can hear him down there. Sounds like he's trapped in the pipes or something. He's down there growling, kind of like,
Is he padding the park? What's going on?
I see. So this happens all the time?
Mostly it seems like it happens after dinner. When my wife rinses leftover food down the drain. You can hear him down there eating.
Eating?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, yeah, like that.
Now, caller, is there anything else that seems to cause this growling?
Well, now that you mention it, he seems to do it every time she flips that light switch on by the sink.
Light switch, huh?
Yeah. There's the switch by the sink. but it don't turn nothing on. She'll flip it sometimes while she's doing the dishes, and boy, it makes them mad as anything.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Bofa on the front.
What?
Bofa on the front.
What are we talking about?
D's nuts on the back. The new T-shirts. What do you think?
What are they going to say again?
Bofa
on the front.
And then on the back, D's nuts! And another T-shirt.
Uh-oh. You're having chest pains.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm fine. I do very well. But I don't know what on the back yet. What do you think? Are you recording this?
Wife carries a gun.
Oh, good point.
Which makes PMS a whole different ball game at my house. Our toilet seat stays down. I take no chances. I pee in the tub or out in the yard. I don't even mess with it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, my wife is a cop. It's very weird being in bed with a cop. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be in the middle of making love to your wife and all of a sudden you hear, "What's your hurry, pal?" Do you know why I stopped you? Do you know how fast you were going? I gotta wear a radar detector on my wiener. It's a fuzzbuster.
Bravo! Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
We're speaking with comedian Jim Gaffigan. What else is your life? What are you into? Do you have hobbies? Do you like weird food? Are you a drug addict? Anything cool to talk about?
I love food. Food is my. Are you a drug addict? I'm very pale, but not a drug addict.
I'd like to be a drug addict. Just for a little
love
while.
food. I even enjoy watching people make food. But you ever notice the Food Network is far more interesting when you're hungry? You know, when you're full, you're kind of like, this is stupid. But when you're hungry, the Food Network's like porn. You're like, oh, yeah. Whip it up, baby. Make it for me. I love eating late at night, too. You know, you're not supposed to eat late at night. And then again, you're not supposed to drink booze in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, "Hey, what gives me?"
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning, Tom. We got a special guest today.
We certainly do.
Yes, we do.
Ace Cosby, our engineer.
One of your favorite guests.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry.
Had.
It's Edwin McCain.
Yeah.
Who
is it, Tom? I'm sorry. Who?
Edwin McCain.
A rifleman.
They call him a rifleman.
That's right.
What a pleasure, Edwin.
That is so funny.
Hey, speak for yourself.
It is.
You're all over the place. I was actually on that Party Gras gig too.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, Brett and I are friends. I went and played that gig with him out in Vegas recently. That's a fun show too.
Brett Michaels has his big Party Gras tour.
Yeah.
And it's called what again?
Party Gras 2.0.
2.0.
When are you going to remember that?
Because I keep in my head it's Party Gras Dose.
Well,
sticking with the
that's fine.
The gras. How do you say two? How do you say two in French?
French, yeah. Mardi Gras French, though.
How do you say
Trois?
Boy, Party Gras Trois sounds like it's dirty.
No, well, it is Brett Michaels. I'm sure there is some trois. There's plenty of trois.
Yeah,
maybe Edwin can attest.
Young trois.
Sadly, it's in some spandex that probably should have been retired.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yikes. Edwin McCain is our guest. Edwin, we have a thing on our show. It's called Tom Speak. What that means is I often, I've declared it's a true fact. I can't think and talk at the same time, so this is not the career I should have chosen. But sometimes when you're trying to describe something, you can't think of the word. So you just, freestyle.
What's a good example, Christine?
A couple of years ago, you forgot air fryer. I think you called it a wind cooker.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a fun one.
Yeah. What was the
wind piano?
Angels
Air
of the
piano?
Yeah.
What did you
The
call it?
wind chimes.
Wind
were
chimes.
Air piano.
Air piano. So the folks listening like to submit these. Here we go. She was a little girl playing with some wild animal toys, and I would have her name them. Giraffe and elephant, no problem. Then I held up the rhinoceros. She looked at it for a moment and said, "That's a hipponoceros."
Yeah,
not bad. The hipponoceros.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
I think the little girl sounds a little drunk. I think. It's hipponoceros. Yes, sir.
My little girl consumed her shake too quickly. She had a brain freeze, or she called it a freezer headache.
Well, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Here's a letter on a different topic. Arrived in Frankfurt, Germany for my 2-year assignment overseas. In the airport, 2 sex shops.
Wow.
Okay.
Full body S&M costume on a male mannequin in the window. Welcome to Europe.
In the airport?
In the airport.
Wait, what country?
Frankfurt, Germany.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That leads to this story.
oh, go ahead.
A new study reveals being choked during sex can lead to permanent brain damage.
Well, take it easy.
Yeah, that's why we have safe words. Okay.
Yeah, my God.
Use your brain.
You don't have to carradine the poor girl.
That's an example of Tom speak.
Yeah.
Or you could have gone with Hutchins.
That's been debunked, actually.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bummer.
Good.
That was a fun one, It was a fun one to have around.
Probably a good PR firm.
According to research conducted by Dr. Debbie Herbnick, women who've been choked 4 times over the previous 30 days experienced changes in their brain structures that affected their abilities to perform working memory tasks.
My gosh.
The risks lies in, of course, depriving the brain of
oxygen.
Thank you. Restricted blood flow to the brain prevents it from operating at normal capacity.
We have to remind people of this?
Suffocation is bad.
And can lead to tissue death in as little as 5 minutes. Permanent damage occurs in minutes without oxygen, though choking for periods as short as 10 seconds can still cause someone to pass out. This is in a journal called Brain Behavior.
Okay.
Did Dr. Debbie get a grant for this? I'd like to have been there for that pitch. I'd like to get $500,000 to research sexual asphyxiation.
We want to check out choking in bed, and my next research will be on light hair pulling. A lot of girls like that, and I want to make sure.
I just want to make sure
we're not damaging scalps.
Do the hematomas and spanking?
Wow, that's amazing. I mean,
just be careful.
How do you find the volunteers for this? Were the people going out and doing it just to be part of the study?
I don't know. I didn't conduct the
So
study.
many questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I conducted a study, and it's every woman loves it. It's their favorite thing.
Yep.
They don't want to say it out loud. It's their absolute favorite thing.
Many really like it. And I'm not talking like choking, but like just being held by the throat.
I'm not doing the Homer to Bart Simpson. I'm not
Right.
going crazy.
Yeah.
Well, can we come up with another simile other than Homer and Bart?
It's very edible when you think about it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. How about banging on the headboard? Is that in there?
Well, that.
CTE.
Yeah, you don't want that. Concussion City.
Yeah, wear a helmet. Okay. Well, let's do one more story, then we'll get back to Edwin. What do you got?
This story really upsets me. There's an online store out there selling an unusual array of merchandise, ranging from women's worn underwear to used tampons.
Really?
The website called Sububis, is that how you would say that? Which means underwear in Latin, acts as a marketplace that allows men and women to anonymously buy and sell underwear.
Sububis.
I'm glad they had underwear back then. I didn't even know that. At Subis.
Well, the Latin sub, that makes sense, but...
Yeah. The website sellers also offer used bras, socks, shoes, even used feminine hygiene products.
How about that?
A pair of worn female underwear goes for about $88, Josh.
All right.
A pair of dirty socks, $43.
And what have I told you, Christy? What have I been telling you?
I'm throwing money away.
Dirty socks.
Yes.
Yeah, back in the day, you could have done a red tag sale.
So to speak. And you.
Oh, my God.
Well, not
Well, the
anymore.
story
What's
says
wrong
it.
with you?
Not anymore. I'm very happy about that.
You are Christy Lee. So you're not getting 44 per pair of socks.
Oh,
you're
no,
getting
no.
60, 75.
Really?
Yes.
Easy in the sock market, yeah.
Used tampon. What would you pay for that?
I wouldn't, but...
$77 is what they're saying.
There's got to be a janitor somewhere cashing in on this.
The website's founder, an unnamed 32-year-old woman from Zurich, said it's a lucrative business that is in great demand in her country.
There it is.
You're right, Edwin, in Zurich, yeah.
Yeah, Switzerland.
Reminds me of the old joke, Tom. The man's at a diner, waitress comes up. Man looks at the waitress and says, honey, do you know the difference between a tea bag and a used tampon? And she goes, no. What? And he goes, I'll have a cup of coffee. But she doesn't know the difference.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, yikes. What a...
Yeah.
Now, we had the story years ago about a vending machines in Japan.
Yeah, they were selling used women's
Game-worn
panties.
underwear, if you will.
Isn't that something? Right there on the go in a vending machine.
Yeah.
Is it the whole vending machine dedicated to that, or could I be trying to get a Nutter Butter and then I push the button wrong?
Oh, I hit E6.
I used my credit card. That took $76 from me.
Yeah, you're just trying to get a Butterfinger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, the last time you were here, and I've got a letter proving this, you mentioned you had a lot of really good stories about Greg Allman, but you couldn't tell most of them. Do you have any you can tell?
Yeah, I can tell stories now. I was on tour with them for 2 summers. It was the summer of 96 and then the summer of 97. And I was told that I had a very good time on both of those tours.
You were told.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I heard.
Wow.
No, but I rode with them. I rode with them from Pittsburgh to D.C. My sister lived in D.C. And Alan Woody kept. I said, look, I want to ride in the bus. I'll make myself. You won't even notice I'm there. I'm just going to catch a ride. And Warren was cool with it, and Greg was cool with it. And I didn't know Alan Woody, but Alan looked like a terrifying biker, and I was scared to death of him. And I was just like staying out of the way. But Alan kept coming over and handing me. Let me figure out how I can safely say this. Psilocybin.
Okay, yeah.
Fungus. Okay. And just, here, eat this. And I was like, yes, sir. And turns out that wasn't really the best idea because when I got to D.C., they had somebody to check them in the hotel, and I had to go check myself in the hotel. Oh. And I opened up the front door of the hotel, and there was just paisley carpet from the door to the front desk. And it took me like 30 minutes to tiptoe my way through this lobby.
It is Hunter Thompson in your way.
Oh, my God. Just like, I looked like Spider-Man trying to get across this carpet. And I finally got to the front desk like... And the guy was like, are you okay? And I was like, do you have Cartoon Network? And he was like, yeah, we do. And I was like, thank you. Check me in, please. Yeah, so it was that. It was amazing. It was just one of those things where I got to be part of like the big time music business. You know, I was on tour with Bob Weir, and you know, God, it was. I got to ride around with the old school record guys, the radio promo guys like Michael Stevens and all these old school guys that they had driven Zeppelin around. Like the guy in Nashville, Eric, I'd say, Eric, man, tell me some stories. And he'd go, I got one for you. He goes, man, I had Zeppelin one time, and they had this tour manager, Peter Green, and everybody scared of him. And so Peter called me one morning and said, Eric, I would like, Robert and Jimmy would like to go to the Crossroads. Well, I didn't know where no goddamn Crossroads was. Well, I wasn't about to tell him that, so I threw Robert Plant, Jimmy Page in the back of my car, and I drove way out in the middle of nowhere, and I found these 2 roads that came together. I said, there it is. And Robert Plant, Jimmy Page are out there wandering around in the cow field, going, ooh, you can feel it. And the thing is, he did that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't making this up. Like these are the guys, man. These are the guys in the 70s that did all the stuff, and I got to be with them 5 minutes before they retired, and they would tell me all the stories, and you go, oh my God, this is the greatest business we could ever be in. Like I'm ruined. Like I could never have a real job now. Are you kidding me? Like I see like videos of people talking about like their experiences with HR, and I'm like, what?
You were saying that you also have a heavy equipment company besides being a singer-songwriter. When you go out to do a job, sometimes do people say, are you that same guy?
So I had a guy, I was doing a job during the pandemic. I'm in this excavator all day listening to books on tape and clearing out his land and setting everything up. And he comes over and he waves me out of the machine. He's out there and he's waving his arms, and I shut the machine down and I climb out. He's like, hey, man, can you settle an argument for me? And I was like, well, I'll try. He goes, my crazy wife keeps trying to tell me that you're some dude that's got songs on the radio, and like you're like some like you're like a singer or something, and I keep telling her that you're the excavator guy. And I was like, you better go apologize to that woman. And he's like, what? He goes like, what the hell? I was like, have you ever sat in an excavator and listened to a book on tape all day? Because if you haven't, you're living an incomplete life, sir.
Yeah, that's got to be fun.
It's unbelievable. And I honestly it started innocently. I bought a piece of equipment to clear some land I had. But what happens is, if you have equipment like that, the jobs just show up. And then I ended up being the spokesman for this manufacturing company called FAE that makes this equipment. And then I did a demo for a college for a ag mech program at Clemson. And out of 80 students, this one kid walks up to me and goes, hey, man, are you hiring? I said, I tell you what, I'm going to hire you because you came and asked me, and I'll build this company around you, and we'll get started. And so I had this kid straight out of college, and he was terrible. And, but we built this little company up, and I built it around him, and we did well enough that he went out on his own, and then I ended up with a company by myself, and I was like trying to run this thing and be out on the road. And then when I decided to go and make a new record and do this, I sold all the equipment. And but I'm not going to lie, I miss it a little.
Did you ever get inspired to write a song?
Nope.
By the sound of the heavy equipment? Nothing?
Not in any way. It's like
that's probably why you liked it so much. It was so different.
Well, what I like about it is it has a beginning and an end. Every job has a beginning and an end, and also what I found is that in that industry, it's so bad. Like, people are so bad about not doing a good job that all you have to do is show up on time and come in within the budget that you predicted. And I had a guy start crying because I came in under my bid.
Wow.
Like, he was just like, and I ended up getting jobs just cleaning up other people's messes. And because a lot of times there's just not a good ethic. Like, people literally just show up and do a halfway job and then leave or whatever. I mean, it's amazing how if you can just show up on time and do the job you said you were going to do, you can make a bajillion dollars in the land clearing business.
There we go. Well, let's. Can we grab the guitar? By we, I mean you.
Sure. Yeah.
Play another tune.
Yeah.
Edwin McCain is our guest, and we've gotten off topic as usual on our program. And we were talking off the air about the first time you were here that some of your music ended up on carts we used to play.
The carts.
Look at these over here. I got some. These are. This is Hootie and the Blowfish on our show.
Oh, look at that. You got the cart from Hootie and the Blowfish, too. This is like, man.
These look like 8 tracks, but they're not. But that's how long ago it's been. But it's great to have you back. What do you feel like playing?
So this is a song I had been listening to too much Randy Newman.
You and Tom both.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong.
And so we used to stay at this hotel in New York called the Gramercy Park, and it was in our price range back in the day. And like, they didn't have any amenities. Like, you go to the really fancy places and it's like, come to our spa and we'll put hot rocks on your nipples or whatever it is.
That is very nice.
And the Gramercy, all they did was just brag about who used to get drunk in their bar. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I just sat on the edge of the bed and wrote this.
Well, old baby Ruth, he was a drunkard just like me. He lived it high and he lived it low, staggered down the New York streets. They throw him out the bar when it rains a little too much hell. Then he lay his big fat head down at the Gramercy Park Hotel. The Gramercy Park Hotel. Well, all these hitmen look like organ grinders to me. Rock stars on golden chains, little monkeys dance around their feet. But give me a little hat, a little vest, a little monkey bell. Send my bananas, baby, to the Gramercy Park Hotel. The Gramercy Park Hotel. And all the publicists sing, la-di-da-di-da-da, la-di-da-di-da-da, la-di-da-di-da-da. And it's so far gone. And it's so far gone. So maybe this is just a beggar's life. So maybe it's all a dream. Maybe it's just about kindness. Should forget all my silly schemes. Or maybe I'm just a fool, but my fool shoes fit so well. I snuggle up in my big fool blanket at the Gramercy Park Hotel. The Gramercy Park Hotel. Gramercy Park Hotel. And all the publicists sing, la-di-da-di-da-da, la-di-da-di-da-da, la-di-da-di-da-da.
Babe Ruth slept here. Edwin McCain. We'll get some more out of Edwin when we come back. Right now, I want to tell you about the season. You know what season it is, don't you?
Grilling.
It's the grilling season.
Yes.
Thank you, Christy
You're
Lee,
welcome.
for being aware of that. It's official. We've declared it so here. And the phrase, the operative phrase, of course, is ready, set, griddle this season. That's right. The Weber Slate rust-resistant griddle. You can cook your pancakes outside now. It's got the carbon steel cooktop, safe for metal tools, pre-seasoned, ready to cook on right out of the box. It's the griddle that stays ready and not rusty. And that's very important. If you've broken out your grill after the winter and it's all full of rust, no way, not with this one. This griddle heats evenly, by the way, edge to edge, reaching a staggering 500 degrees. Those burgers will take that seriously. The Weber Works prep, cook, and store system on hand as well. That'll keep your supplies right there so you can carry all the food, condiments, etc., and utensils right there. You don't have to keep running back inside. So get fired up with your new Weber Slate rust-resistant griddle. High heat, even heat, fast heat from Weber. Check out all the Weber grills at WEBER, Weber.com. That's Weber.com. We're coming back with Mr. McCain. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to.
I don't mean to be mean here.
You know what? You can ask me anything. Okay. I'm an open book. Just throw questions at me.
Do you eat kangaroo?
I personally don't. I'm vegan, so I'm one of those folks.
Sure.
How far into the interview did I manage to get that grandstanding in?
It's okay.
No, but kangaroo is a delicious lean meat. People love it down there.
Tom can't eat kangaroo.
No,
right?
it makes me jumpy.
Well.
Randy. I pulled that joke out of my pouch. Okay.
Good Lord.
I'm so sorry.
Good
so
Lord
sorry.
indeed, Randy.
I was trying to.
See, this is the thing. You're trying to set me up for gags. I'm just dead bad. I'm now the straight man. I'm playing I'm not the wacky character on the side. I'm just going to set them up, lob you some big balls, and you can knock them out of the park.
Thank you. Our guest is Randy Feltface. Mr. Feltface. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I don't. I'm an only, and I'm like the last of my species.
You're the last of the Feltfaces?
Yeah, I'm a critically endangered species.
Are you on Feltfacebook?
I am on Feltfacebook. I started Feltfacebook.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just me and Grover. Yeah.
Sometimes he's near, and other times
at Randy Feltface. At Randy Feltface.
At Randy Feltface on all of the socials.
Instagram. I just put him up on Instagram.
TikTok. Are you TikToking?
I'm not TikToking. I'm Instagramming.
Get on the TikToks.
Okay.
We'll make one right after this. We'll just dance around like a couple of boomers trying to get attention.
All right. How old are you?
I'm 42.
Oh, okay. Great. Yeah. I'm 44.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, yeah.
How are you finding your 40s?
I love them, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
mate.
like a good mix between being an adult and still identifying as younger than that.
Right. You can still get away with. I have no idea where you are, by the way. I'm just looking generally in the studio. Are you finding like you've changed? Have you grown? Have you matured?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like a fine cheese.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the aroma is there too.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's the state aroma of you. Is an aging cheese.
More sort of a Limburger.
Yes. Finally, I feel seen. Thank you, Randy.
I smell like a gym sock at this point. I've been on tour for so long. I'm literally just a felty. The sweat just seeps into my felt.
The puppet is dancing. I've never been happier.
Mr. Feltface to you.
There is Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
The I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Willie Griswold. Willie can't speak. He's laughing so hard. Yeah. There's Ace Cosby.
You gotta watch this tonight on YouTube.
I'm Chick McGee. Yes, you can see all this on YouTube. And here is Tom.
Now, where do you find it on YouTube, Ace?
YouTube.com.
Now, I thought we would introduce our guest once again. He is Randy Feltface. Are you self-conscious about not having ears?
I work great on radio.
Okay.
It's literally just me dancing.
Yep.
Tune in on YouTube. It'll make more sense.
Yeah, sure. Now, you probably have trouble hearing me since you don't have any ears.
I do. They're just very small.
Okay.
really, really tiny.
Yeah. Little ears.
Same goes for the nose, obviously.
Yeah. No, I don't have a nose.
Okay.
Randy, you don't have a nose. How do you smell?
Terrible. Down. Chicka down, down, down. Woo. Does that mean I'm officially part of the team now?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I did it.
That will do it, all right.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, Chick, what did they call the Terminator once he retired?
What do they call the Terminator when he retired? I don't know what.
The Exterminator.
That was Ace Cosby's joke
Terminated,
of the day.
Terminated.
The joke has flaws. No, it doesn't.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Don't.
The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom Radio. 24/7.
With us in the studio, comedian Doug Stanhope. I wanted to talk about something fairly mundane, actually, with Doug. You hate baseball. Am I correct?
Baseball players always they look like cops so much. They're so they're so joyless.
Are you out of your mind?
But no, you watch any other sport and they're happy and they're pumping up the crowd, they're high-fiving, and baseball guys, they just look so joyless and smug, and they just sit there in the dugout and they look like cops. You know how someone gets pulled over, they have no registration, and you need 9 officers and they all stand around with their arms crossed and self-important looking. No joy in their face.
So what do you do during? Because I can tell you love.
I mean, I'll
so
bet
much.
on baseball because I think that's the only reason people watch it is because it's the only thing on in the summer. I hate the Yankees. That's the only reason I watch baseball is to hope the Yankees lose, and I guess that's probably a miserable. Just because they buy their team and their fans are so obnoxious. Like if you're gonna just be cheering in the stands, pick an underdog and have some character. If you have money on the game, it's different. That's like having stock in a company.
Yeah.
But if you're just gonna be a loudmouth, beer-fueled ass bag in the stands, pick the underdog. Rooting for the Yankees is like going to a casino and cheering for the house. It's already supposed to win. You're standing behind the blackjack table going, oh, dealer busted your ass, bitch. Oh, that's my dealer. I got my dealer jersey on.
Hi, this is comedian Sean Morey, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Can I tell you something? My mother used to chew her toenails
No way.
in front of me.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Clothed or not?
I wouldn't. Clothed.
Oh, thank God. that is a visual.
Poor Bob has lost it over there.
Or a little best of right here. Right here.
That would be,
Totally naked.
I think
How did you even think of that?
You would get,
See anything you like, boy?
I think you
remember
get
that.
free psychiatry for life, free Prozac, whatever
There's
you
a government
want.
program for that.
We are going to fix you.
How about it, boy? See anything you like?
You can imagine the twisting that would be
There's a
involved.
lot of people who can't even do that.
Okay. She was very limber. Show's over.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Go.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Great morning this morning, Tom. Well done.
It is indeed. We have a
Edwin
great guest
McCain
in the studio.
In the studio.
He is Edwin McCain, a singer, songwriter, a driver of heavy equipment, a pilot of planes that are on fire, and a very nice guy.
Lots of adventures.
Yeah. A couple dumb questions. Do you? You said your set when you're doing the big tour is about 5 or 6 songs. Do you have a teleprompter up there?
I don't, but Darius has a teleprompter. And I used to make fun of Sting for having a teleprompter. When I was in my 20s, I was like, look at Sting, he's got to have a teleprompter. Oh, my gosh, teleprompters are amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I take it back, Gordon. I apologize.
Mr. Sumner, to you, buddy.
Yeah, I've become everything I used to despise, honestly. I'm like, hey, where's the teleprompter? Where are we in the song?
Now, do you?
How late is it? It's 10:30.
Have you ever? I mean, everyone does it. I can't remember who the guys in the room are half the time. Do you ever forget the lyrics to your songs?
I have, and honestly, in the most inopportune times, like when we do symphony shows, I have to memorize all the arrangements because I don't know how to read music, and the arrangements for the symphony are completely different than the way I play the songs normally. So it's terrifying, Plus, they don't really like playing with guys like me, sawing away on whole notes, behind big fat-headed rednecks, and so you really don't want to make mistakes because, like that, And I got through one of the symphony shows, like all through the complicated parts, like just absolutely sailed through there. And I was breaking my arm, patting myself on the back. I was like, nailed it. And I got to I'll Be, and I'll Be is exactly like the record. Like all I got to do is just coast, land the plane, taxi off the runway. And halfway through the song, I forgot where I was. And they hit. The only reason why anybody was there. The one song. The one song.
That's so great.
And I mean, and it still hurts my soul. Yes, so it happens.
Didn't I see you on TV wearing a tux with Michael McDonald?
Yeah. No, it wasn't a tux. I had to have a suit on, though.
Okay.
Which is weird, because if I put suits on, all my friends are like, what'd you do? You got to go to court? Like, what's up?
You mentioned books on tape.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan. They're not on tape anymore, but I still call them that. Thank you, Josh. What was your favorite book on tape when they're in the days of driving the big rigs?
I was listening to this Stanford professor named Robert Sapolsky. He has a book called Behave. I listened to a lot of I was just mentioning this, Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like all his books are amazing. I listen to a bunch of weird stuff. Like history, like, ancient Roman history stuff.
Behave is one of the greatest nonfiction books I've ever read.
Right.
It's so fascinating.
It's unbelievable, and honestly, there's all his lectures online are incredible. Anyway, you want
to learn about people and why we do what we do. That's exactly it.
It's 100%. He's just dead on, and I don't listen to fiction. It's always nonfiction. So history stuff, boring.
Yeah, me too.
That's I've become the typical middle-aged guy. I'm listening to World War II.
Dad.
Yeah.
Now Michael McDonald has a new biography. It just came out.
He's one of the nicest people. The way I met him, I was in Nashville making the second record, and I saw him at a grocery store, and I was like, well, you missed 100% of the putts you don't take. So I just walked right up to him and introduced myself. And he knew the people I was working with in the studio. And I was like, would you come and sing on this record? And he was like, sure.
Whoa! Sure!
He just came
What
over
am I
there.
doing?
In the cereal aisle.
I'm just organizing some produce.
Yeah.
Of course.
But more than that, from that moment forward, we've been friends. And he came and did a charity event that I do in Greenville every year called Euphoria. And so he came and performed on that. And then I went and performed on his Vanguard Award thing for Yamaha. And we've literally, he's the nicest, most talented human being. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about him. And he dresses down for the stage. Like, he practically walks out there in pajamas. And it doesn't, and I was like, see? And all the guys in my band give me a hard time. I'm like, look, Michael's like wearing slippers. He's so good. He's so good. Listen, like Hall of Fame, greatest musician.
And he's touring with the Doobie Brothers again this summer, so I'm very excited.
I was actually up for the opening slot for that. I was like trying to get that, and then this Hootie thing started materializing.
I believe Steve Winwood is opening on that.
Yeah,
tour.
that's a better fit.
He's a good guy. He can play. Could we get you to play I'll Be? You feel like doing that?
Hang on a second. Let me retune.
We're talking with Edwin McCain, who in his next life could just do this radio show every day.
Yeah, if he wants to. Yeah,
So funny.
Absolutely.
Do you know anything about sports?
I was going to say he can do sports. By God, yeah.
I know just enough to get in trouble.
Me too.
I've always wanted to go do a stand-up set.
You should.
Oh, you should give it a shot.
Because I just think I don't have enough abuse.
Yeah.
In my life. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna get, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just walk up there and just get crushed. Learn the hard.
You'd be great. You got great stories.
I don't know.
Get yourself in trouble.
Let me tune. Y'all do something else.
Okay, good. I can tell you that we're going to be on the road. It's going to be Patty G, Willie G, Jeff Oskey, Chick, yours truly. Who am I forgetting here?
I'll be there.
Oh, that's right. What's your name again?
Josh.
Hootie? Okay. And Josh Arnold, of course. That's going to be Friday, June 14th, special edition of this show from the Lakeside Hotel Casino in Osceola, Iowa. And then that evening, the live comedy show, indoor-outdoor show, I understand. The theater. It's going to be amazing. Should be a fun time. That's coming up. Details, you can link on the various Bob and Tom social media things or go to lakesidehotelcasino.com.
Yeah, it's funny when this song, the record company president called me and was like, listen, I just came from a meeting. They're talking about dropping you. So whatever you do next needs to be really good. I got this one song. I feel like it's pretty good. So thank God for this song because it ended up being kind of like a half-court hook shot at the buzzer.
The strands in your eyes, the color that wonderful stab me, steal my breath. And emeralds from mountains, thrust towards the sky, never revealing their depth. And tell me that we belong together. Dress it up with the trappings of love. I'll be captivated. I'll hang from your lips, stay out on the gallows of heartache that hang from above. I'm old, I'll be the greatest fan of your life. And I dropped out, turned up, found my way back from the dead. Tuned in, turned on, remember the thing that you said. And I'll be your crying soul. I'll be love suicide. And I'll be better when I'm older. I'll be the greatest fan of your life.
Edwin McCain. And then the guy from the record company said, well, we'll give it a shot.
What else you got?
That is amazing. That is so great.
Anybody tells you they knew what they were doing in their music business, you know, it was one of those deals where they put it on 3 stations to test it, and I had every redneck friend of mine in Birmingham and Hattiesburg, Mississippi, buying the records and sending them back to us, and we were selling them at shows and just doing anything to make it look like it was working. And the record company president, Jason, calls me and goes, Jethro, you better not have your cousins buying records down in Mississippi. I was like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, man. And then they put the song on Dawson's Creek on one scene in Dawson's Creek, and it just blew up after that. And so fast forward to all these years later, almost 30 years later, I was playing golf with Jason, and I was like, hey, man, I feel like I need to tell you something. I was like, remember when you accused me of buying my records? Because I knew you were doing that.
All right, thank you. Coming back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and
No, I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just. This is what the Surgeon General is saying.
I know.
So
I think those women who can't are pretty much, by and large, selfish, aren't they?
Screw you, chick.
Yeah.
Don't you wish just once they'd have a day, one day a year, where you could say whatever you wanted in the radio?
Just so that one time.
I'm over here working, okay?
You know what you could do?
What?
Walk in there and have Dean do it for you. You walk in there, tell Chick what you want to say, and he can fix it for you.
A few minutes ago, Chick said something mean to Christy, and she...
I didn't. Was that mean? I was
Yes,
just
it
making
was.
an observation.
I was saying that some women are unable to breastfeed for a number of reasons, and you said...
The main reason I can think of is because they're selfish.
Okay, so Christy
She
wanted...
seems very well adjusted
Right
and
now.
very
Christy
intelligent.
wanted to respond, and I have great faith in our editor.
Me too, because if
Christy
not, I've
wanted
lost
to
my
respond.
job.
We
now have the response.
Okay, go ahead, play it.
Hey, chick, you. You've never had to breastfeed. You don't know what it's like. You're a ignorant, stupid son of a bitch. So shut your mouth, you stupid ass.
You know, that last beep could have used a little more work.
A little less a little less...
And not so much hole. A little heavy on the hole on that one.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcasts. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Like our girls have dumped us.
Whoa, baby, blow me.
A kiss as you're leaving.
Blow me.
Oh, a kiss right now.
'Cause if you're gonna leave me, honey, I will surely miss the way you blow me.
blow me a kiss.
Merci, madame, voila les bearded clam. Your biscuit, your beavage, I see your cooter cleavage. Your monkey, your muffin, you ain't had nothing. Your Gucci, your flapper, you're showing off your snapper. Your camel toe, it looks alright, so baby let it show. Looks like a big taco. I see your camel toe.
Menage à trois, one man, two women, ooh la la, find a friend to play. Surround my face with tea and day. You say you're straight, but you're not bi. How will you know until you try? The thought of nookie makes you sick. Just hold your nose and take a lick.
I wanna be Bob. What more can I say? I would smoke and drink and play golf every day. I'd have a lady for a caddy. She could hold my balls while I play. I wanna be Bob. We wanna be Bob.
Aging Richard Smoker. Aging Richard Smoker.
His name is Richard, but they call him Big Dick.
I'm looking for a big dick smoker.
Bend over, Prison Rich. Prison Rich.
Turn out the lights, 'cause I can hardly wait.
Yeah. Prison Rich. Prison Rich.
When I get out, I'm ready to go straight.
Comes an Aspen. Comes an Aspen. And Bob fights blues and
What do you call it? Early American locker room?
You've tried carpet deodorizers, spray mist, incense, stick-up fragrance dispensers, and even plug-in devices that temporarily mask the smells in your home. Nothing seems to work. That's why Home Products Incorporated, a division of Frigamall Industries, is proud to announce its latest innovation, Le Clip. With Le Clip, foul-smelling odors seem to miraculously disappear. Simply put Le Clip over your nose and the nose of visitors to your home and see what a difference it can make.
Hiya, Mary. How you been? Wonderful, Janet. Hey, your house smells great.
See how easy? If you pick up Le Clip today, and if you're not delighted with the results, we'll send your money back. Le Clip, by the same company that brought you Le Blindfold, the product that makes messy, cluttered homes look more neat and organized.
Gosh, honey, the house has never looked better.
Le Blindfold and Le Clip.
Pick yours up today.
Okay.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom Radio.
Greg Hahn is our guest.
I went out with this one girl. Can I say this?
Yeah. Sure.
Get a load of this. I'm on a date. I was out with this girl, right? Here's what she says. It's true. She says, oh, I did something she didn't like. She goes, oh, you just lost some points. Whoa, there's points involved. It's a point system that the women have. It's a point system. Men, we don't know what's going on. All we know is it involves points, and all of a sudden, we're down. You know what I mean? I was doing my impression of her mother. She's like, oh, you just lost some points. I'm like, really? How many did I start out with? Don't ask any questions. You just got to lose more points. Well, transfer my account to your younger sister.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez. Hi, this is Ross Bennett, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Some tickets for some of them.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the Silac News Desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the Performance Studio.
Hey, Chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, pal.
Josh Arnold is here.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee with a magnificent guest in the studio today. Not Tom, but Tom will introduce, won't you, Tom?
I will. Thank you very much. It's Edwin McCain. Just told a story off the air. I won't ask him to repeat it, but it kind of involves something we were talking about on the air yesterday. Edwin, I'll give you the précis, if you will. The concept here is it was a wedding in Scotland. All the guys were wearing kilts.
Would you wear a kilt?
Sure.
Would you wear a man's skirt? That's a big thing right now.
Yeah, no, I'm a McCain.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh,
There's
gosh,
probably
yeah.
a tartan out there. But
Sure.
I'm adopted McCain, so I don't really know. That's the best part about being adopted is that I meet people and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm Scotch-Irish. I'm like, yeah, me too. Like, hey, I'm Comanche Indian. Yeah.
Have you ever done the DNA test?
No, God, no.
Really?
No, I don't want to know. It's
don't?
way better because I can be everybody now.
Yeah.
Plus, the thing about the whole 23andMe, especially like where I'm from, like I could end up with a whole bunch of cousins I don't really want to know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, man, you remember me? I whipped your ass in 7th grade. I ain't trying to meet that guy.
Well, the discussion was when one wears a kilt, apparently the tradition is sans underwear, if you will.
Yeah.
And I was speculating. I did not know what that was called. Should one inadvertently flash while wearing one of those?
Well, a gentleman does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if a lady does it, it might be called, the vulgar term would be shooting a beaver. And I was wondering if there was an equivalency in the male world.
Shooting a beaver.
with an animal. And collectively, the group came up with, Christy, what was it again?
Hello, Aardvark.
So if you flash someone, the lady would say, hello, Aardvark.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to see if this is a catchphrase that will catch on. And
Because they do, they resemble an aardvark.
Yeah, a little bit.
Long, yeah, kind of in the face. there.
Anteater school.
Especially the totally intact ones.
Yes, okay. All right. So that kind of applies to the story you were telling about an errant testicle
Yeah.
in a promotional shot. Not of you, by the way.
No.
That would be.
I saw Smokey Robinson pull the aardvark accidentally on stage one time.
Oh, no kidding. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we've always called that the Smokey now.
Yeah. The old Smokey.
No, they have
Little Smokey. But no, not the little Smokey. He's definitely the leader of that band.
Oh, yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he takes those love baths, baby.
Yeah. What was the?
I'm sure there are groupies who'd like to get on top of old Smokey.
Listen, I just tell you right now, I wasn't anywhere near the front of the stage.
And he played to the back, huh?
Wow. What was the occasion that it happened to fly?
No, it was like, I don't know. It was like accidentally zipper down.
Popped right out.
The tears of a whoops.
It happened to Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, Kravitz.
Lenny
pants
Kravitz.
ripped.
A couple years ago, but
Yeah, well, there would not be a problem at my show. I remember one time we were playing somewhere in the Midwest, and I had kind of transitioned us into playing more like sort of rock music, and then we were coming out with electric guitars, and I didn't get to play electric a lot, so the first couple songs I'm playing electric, and so we open up with this cooking song, and I'm up there rocking, and this girl is on the front row like waving a note, and I was thinking to myself, hang on to your note, honey, I'm busy rocking. Yeah. And as the song went on, like the look on her face became a little more frantic, and she's waving the note a little more aggressively, and I was like, maybe I should take a break on rocking and see what this is about, and so I grabbed the note. And it said, you have a booger hanging off your nose. And you should do something about that. And I did. I was busy rocking with a booger.
Yeah.
Wow. Better than a ball sack,
Right.
I would say.
Yeah, you don't want one of those on your nose.
I say, if you're into it, hey, look, it's a free world, and you can do whatever you want.
I mean, while you're
play
rocking.
guitar while you're rocking.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's probably sadly happened.
Yeah?
Ow.
Marilyn Manson. I feel like that's happening to Marilyn Manson.
He would, that's your usual
Holding a
suspects.
guitar and some poor lady. Oh, God, the thought.
Poor lady.
Edwin McCain is our guest. Now, when you do your set, you're touring with Collective Soul and Hootie.
Yeah.
Is your set all your stuff? You'd mentioned that you do some
100%.
cover. Okay.
This is all my stuff. And I've got my sax player of 33 35 years we've been playing together. And then my guitar player, Larry, who's still the new guy with a scant 27 years of service.
Like the loyalty.
And we haven't done a chorus sample recently. I think it's 27. But yeah.
And you mentioned that you're sober these days.
Yeah, no, 15 years.
All right.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and so I checked into rehab, and I called my dealer to let him know I was going to go to rehab because I knew he was going to kind of take a financial hit. Maybe he should know that, right? I felt like that would be the nice thing to do.
2 weeks notice kind of thing.
So I called him and I was like, "Hey man, I just want to give you a heads up. I'm going to go to rehab on Monday." And he goes, "Yeah, that's probably a good idea."
Oh, you're dealing. Willing to take the hit.
Wow. Yeah. I've been meaning to talk to you about this.
I was like, yeah, there's your sign. But I walked in the front door. I went and checked into this place in Atlanta called Talbot. And I was, wow, it's just a bad day. Walking the last 50 feet across the parking lot, open the door. And there's this guy. It was one of the patients. They would make patients work taking in new people. And so here's this guy, and he's just chipper as he can be. He goes, "Hey, man. How you doing?" And I was like, "Well, how do you think I'm doing, dude?" And he goes, "I understand." He goes, "What's your drug of choice?" And I said, "What do you got?" That's the wrong thing to say on intake. And, so that cost me an extra week in detox. So yeah, so kids, don't make jokes when you're going in.
Yeah. I'm glad it took.
No, it was the best thing I ever did. I literally. It was really important, and anybody that's ever been as a part of that scenario, don't wait. If you're thinking about it, just go ahead and get started fixing yourself, and because it's been the best part of my life so far. Honestly, just being able to be present and be reliable and all those things, and I have as much fun as I ever did. But it was definitely time to do that.
And you can remember all the fun.
100%. Yeah.
All right. We're talking with Edwin McCain. We're going to switch gears. We're going to ask Mr. McCain to sit in for our next segment.
Oh, boy.
Which is known as Sexy Time, in which we take letters trying to help people with their love lives.
And but first,
there's a handful of divorces in the room, sure, but we can handle this. But first, Mr. McGee.
Let me tell you about Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself home security system. Maybe you work at a job that leaves you home, your home unattended, or maybe you're planning a vacation and you're going to worry about your house while you're gone. Worry no more with Simply Safe Home Security. Advanced home security that puts you first, helps keep the compound safe every single day with high-definition cameras inside and out. Allows me to keep track of my house and my puppy girls. I can tell what they're doing while I'm gone. Get out of there. And you can talk to them on your camera as well. That's a really cool part. What are you doing?
Oh.
They don't know what's going on. They look around, but it stops them for a second.
Your dogs think you're God. My dog, I walk in the room, turn the lights on, and my dogs go, "God's here." And they should tell me how much they hate ducks, which is weird. Back to you.
Simply Safe offers 24/7 monitoring that is accessible to everybody. Low upfront costs and monitoring plans for less than $1 a day. You can install the system yourself. It's so easy to do. I've done it. Or you could have a pro do it. There's no contract and comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. And by partnering, we got together with Simply Safe. I tried to say partnering there, but didn't do it. I finally got real peace of mind. We want you to have it, too. Get an exclusive 20% off any new Simply Safe system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. Remember, there's no safe like Simply Safe.
Coming up, Sexy Time with a special guest, what's the word I'm looking for? Participant, perhaps against his will, Edwin McCain. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The best comedian, Tim Allen, is here.
He goes, oftentimes, you hear this a lot. Yeah, oftentimes the technology they learn here at the race is translated into your family car. And I went, yeah, right. This year, the Chevy's offered the Indy Celebrity, a 900 horsepower celebrity wagon. So I'm like, gosh, George, this thing's really got some pickup, doesn't it? I got the kids to school in about 6 seconds. We're having lapping practice next week with all the other girls' PTA. She's running the offie. I'm doing the Buick. And Betty's got the Chevy high-tech. I pulled the trailer right out from under the boat, George. This baby's got some guts to it. Love Sears. Do you? It's the Craftsman tool department makes my nipples rock hard. She always figured we should grunt like pigs. The little primates you are. Don't speak to your mother. You grunt like the pigs you are. Ever try to take a steak away from your husband? Here, honey. We're trying to grab meat from a man while we're just like dogs. I like going through the house rewiring stuff. That's my favorite thing. Isn't those big tool belts? Yeah. 2 cordless Makita drills hanging low. But you gotta know how to wear it, otherwise your butt crack shows. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what is that? A pencil holder over there, Bob? I'm gonna hike that up. I got some spackle. I'll figure out that butt crack. I got some DAP butt crack filler putty back here. I'll just fill that crack right in there, Bob. I got kids eating food in this kitchen. Get out of here. Go to Miner Me a Dovetail out there or something, Bob. I just cruise around my house like Bob Vila, you know, with a bad headache. Just looking for stuff. I notice Grandma's easy lift chair isn't moving quite as quick as I'd like it to. So I popped down the hardware store, pick up a compressor, some hose, some coax cable. I wire that sucker up. I forget Grandma lost some weight in the years I look at it. Got the 140 pounds a little too high, isn't it, Grandma? Shot that bitch halfway across the kitchen there. Doilies following her. Sorry, Grandma. I'll dial that baby down as soon as I rewire Grandpa's hearing aid. I got a preamp on that son of a bitch.
Comedian Tim Allen. Oh, God.
Now that's manly.
Yeah.
Presiding over a symbolic condom roast in his Catholic church's parking lot in Waterbury, Connecticut, yes.
I love those.
The Reverend Joseph Looney
Mesquite
protested
condom roast. Very tasty.
I'd like that blackened, please. It makes it look bigger.
And they look so good at a shish kebab, too. A little pepper, a little bell pepper, condom, tomato.
What's the name of this Reverend?
Oh, Reverend Joseph Looney. I'm not kidding.
Unbelievable.
I'm Casey Kasem, and here's American Top 40. Is it just my imagination, or is my head just a bit too big for my body? And here's my wife, Karima Kasem. Show him the Top 40s, honey.
Hey, did you enjoy those videos played in that break? Check out the Bob and Tom YouTube playlist for more great stuff.
Oh, God, no!
Spider-Man got his superpowers from being bitten by a spider. Spider-Vein Woman got her powers from working as a waitress for 17 years. Don't make Spider-Vein Woman show you her legs, because if she has to, she will.
Look at this one.
I think I'm gonna puke.
Oh, here, hold my purse. I'll show you my hysterectomy scar.
When you need help, call on the only superhero who wears long polyester pants, comfortable support hose, and sensible shoes. She's Spider-Vein Woman. Coming soon to a theater near you.
Hi, you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio. This is Jim Gaffigan.
Right now, Killer Bees joins us in the studio.
Bees, how you doing?
Real good, man. I get up a shopping list over here. My wife's eating in bed now. She's at that part of the pregnancy where they crave all this food. Some people have mirrors over the bed. We got a sneeze guard. Sleeping on those Posturepedic Sealamil, man. You ain't lived till you're making love and your wife says, "Go slow, I'm spilling my chili."
Joining us in the studio, comedian Mark Eubanks. Would you
go to college down in?
I went to college in University of West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was a mountaineer.
Well, why would someone from Florida go to college in West Virginia?
Because you didn't have to be real smart to get into school there. Basically, showing up got you that piece of paper.
Valedictorian was a 2.0.
On the breathalyzer.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here with, this is going to be interesting to see how this goes, with a special guest for Sexy Time and Alli Breen.
Without a net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We rarely have a guest sit in for this segment.
But we've never helped anybody anyway, so I'm not,
An extra mind could help us.
Yes, a sober, thoughtful person.
Right.
We now take the satellite to New York City, where we see the lovely Alli Breen. Hi, Alli.
Hi, guys. Oh, no, we're dragging innocent people into the mix now?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
We have the distinguished singer and songwriter Edwin McCain is here with us. He writes soulful, beautiful, sometimes sad songs.
Very nice. Hi, Edwin.
How you doing? Utterly inappropriate for this segment, actually. But let's go for it. The way this works is you read letters and we try to help. Go ahead. What do you got?
Dear Alli, my boyfriend said I love you for the first time last week. Of course, I said it back. Now, when we went to have sex right after that, he said, when I went to get a condom, he said if I really loved him, I wouldn't make him wear a condom. So is the I love you even legit in this case? I think he just wants to stop using condoms.
No, this guy is absolutely right.
But can't both things be true?
If you loved him, you wouldn't make him wear a condom. That is correct.
You would want to have his children.
Yeah, you get knocked up and he really loves you.
Well, maybe.
I hope he breaks up with you.
That's what you get.
So far, no help whatsoever.
You loveless.
Yeah, what an odd, how
Why
odd.
would she think that?
No, why would he say that?
Right.
Because as the letter writer suggests, he doesn't want to wear a condom.
I get that, but I mean, you're that obvious, dude? You just said it for the first time?
Just reverse
That's like a twist on the love means never having to say I'm sorry. He's like, love means never having to wear a condom.
Yeah.
Isn't there some spidey sense that we as men all have that we're not going to say anything from this time forward? I'm not going to say anything to mess this up until I get laid. And you're not going to say anything like that.
This guy doesn't have it.
But that's the most confrontational, let's fight, let's do it now that I've ever heard.
It's like when my kids would go, Dad, I love you. Can I have a cookie?
Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Actually, that's pretty much exactly what he said.
Almost word for word.
Let's be honest, condoms suck. They don't feel, you feel nothing. And by the way, they're only like 12% effective. Also,
I think that's high.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Okay, well, let's move on, see if we can help somebody else. That was fairly ineffective. What do we got?
Dear Alli, when I was in my 20s, I dabbled in some porn.
Yeah.
And I got married. I had 2 kids, and I live as a soccer mom in the suburbs. Oh, well, one of my best friends from growing up just messaged me that someone sent her a video asking if it was me. She said, of course she said no, but she thinks this is probably going to get out. Should I come clean first to my family or wait to see if there's any there?
Boy, that's a tough one. I mean, and this, boy.
What if her husband knows? Does it say if her husband knows?
Well,
it doesn't seem like it. She said to the family. So
too late to play the card that people change and do some things in their life at sometimes that they won't do later, and they become better people. I guess it's too late to play that card. Just going to say you're going to lie about it. That's not me, or that is me.
Or, honey, I just completely forgot about that. I just blanked that out of my brain.
Where do you think I learned that move that you like so much?
I feel like you could use the word dabble. You're dabbling in anything.
You're right.
I dabbled in murder for hire.
Right.
I don't know.
You just killed one person.
Just one guy, and I was ready to kill the second. I figured,
it's like dabbling in skydiving.
Yeah, you're committed. At some point, you do commit.
I had a former hobby.
Oh, that's a tough
I wonder if plausible deniability is does she look enough like she looked then to get away with it?
I mean, everyone has a doppelganger, right? Supposedly.
Yeah.
So she can
I would
say,
stonewall that whole thing. I would just go completely blank face. Like,
But what
I don't know
about to your
you're talking
husband?
about. If I was her, I would just be like, I have no idea who that is. If she looks a lot like me, let's watch it.
I would give him 2 letters. AI. Could be anything.
There you go.
Good.
Because especially
that's a great excuse for
kids,
anything
right?
now.
Does this? She got kids.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, you might as well deny it. You're
I
right.
might play the how dare you think of that of me. I can't believe it.
Tom, I think you're right.
There we go.
People change
Play
over
the
the years and
sympathy
that.
card.
You go, it doesn't look like me.
Worst case scenario, you can always turn it into an OnlyFans scenario and
Yeah,
start
make
making
some
money.
money.
You got all those soccer dads out there that want to see what you look like now.
But that's the exact same Yosemite Sam tattoo that you have.
They were
There's no distinct markings.
they were popular at the mall.
Is this Yosemite Pam? Oh, okay.
You seen that movie?
Now I can put a face to it.
He's back there like, back off. You know?
I think in her defense, because you always hear about porn stars, she sounds like more of a character actor.
Yes, yeah. She's
One of those, that guy thing.
she's the Bonnie Hunt
Yes,
of porn.
That wasn't what they
In
called
fact,
it.
she is in everything.
Yes, her stage name was a play on that. Connie. Hunt.
Perfect.
So sorry.
I thought he.
Sorry, this is disgusting. We're embarrassing our guest. I won't even say his name. Alli, let's get to our next letter, please.
Dear Allie, my husband had to go to the hospital last week because we thought he might be having a heart attack. When we got there, they asked what medications he was on, and he said one of them was Viagra. I did not know he was taking Viagra, and we have sex maybe twice a month. And if he needs help, that's fine. But if he's regularly taking it, does this mean he's cheating?
No.
No, yeah, sure does.
No. Maybe
I
he's
wonder how often this conversation comes up.
Yeah, maybe he's just anticipating they're going to have it more than twice a month.
Is this the one and I don't know which one's which. One of them you take all the time.
That is not Viagra.
Not Viagra.
Isn't Viagra?
Cialis is the 2 or 3 day one. Yeah.
Isn't Viagra the one where you take it in an hour
30
later?
minutes later, yeah.
30 minutes, you can go pry up pavers in your yard.
Yeah. But it's. So if they're only doing it twice a month, maybe he just wants
And
to.
he's taking it regularly.
Maybe his stage name is Dick Standby. So just in case, he'd be ready.
Right.
Yeah.
No. We don't know that he's taking it.
Are those expensive, by the way?
And
I don't know the cost of them.
And how does
Is it like $50 a pill or something?
how does she know that he's taking
Probably
it
on the black
regularly?
market.
Right. You tell a doctor things you take.
Right.
Twice a month, I think, is something you tell your doctor.
Right. I don't.
Okay.
Think, I don't
Especially if
he
you're having
just
heart
takes
attack
it.
symptoms.
Yeah, that's why he probably went to the hospital. He was having heart attack symptoms. He just popped a Viagra, maybe 2. He was getting ready, and then got out of control.
You can take more than one?
No, you don't do that.
Well, you can take any.
Yeah, he can.
I think
Yeah.
Take a handful if you'd like.
you can take as many as you want, as
So
long
then you-
as you want.
Then you can use it like a
as
baseball.
long as your hand works.
You can use it like a baseball bat.
You're like a ventriloquist. Yeah,
Boy,
sure.
I'd be afraid it would split like a hot dog in the microwave.
Go hard in the paint. You're going to do it.
Yeah, we don't have the answer. I think we do better move
First
on.
of all, it makes that whistle.
Dear Allie, I make about 3 times more money than my girlfriend. She makes about $100,000 a year, and I make about 3. So we both do pretty well.
All right, what
We've
else?
talked about moving in.
Okay, whatever you want. Oh, gee.
We've talked about moving in together, but she thinks if we do, I should be paying for everything because of the disparity in pay. And I think that at least if and until we're married, we should split everything. I'll always end up spending more on dates, of course, but I don't think I should have to pay all of her living expenses. What do you think?
I think you split the bills 50-50 until you're married.
You're making
Both make
$300,
enough.
buddy. Calm down.
Are you willing, Alsman? Are you willing? You live with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Long. You guys have been together for a while.
Very long time.
Do you split the bills?
We pretty much try to split everything evenly.
Okay.
But then he will go get
Do
the
you guys-
groceries and he'll pay some of the extra stuff.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Kind of like what he's talking about. Like I have no problem doing some extra, but why would I have to pay for everything?
But do you weigh out just like, well, you make more than me, and so you should pay more just because he's the guy?
I don't do that. It ticks me off. I want to be able to take care of myself, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
But I totally understand the difference in pay. Like maybe I only pay 40%, you pay 60%.
This is way too mathematical. You don't do that. Just pick up the check and shut up.
Well,
I like that attitude also.
we know how you live.
Yeah, we know how you live.
Just pick up the check and shut up.
You can't participate in this.
Christy, what do you do with your husband? And if it's too private, don't worry about it. But
what do we do?
Yeah. Do you split the bills now that he's moved into your house?
Well, that sounds funny.
It does. I mean, I know it's that your, and I'm saying your collectively now.
We split. He buys all the dinners and everything, and we.
Did he take over the mortgage?
No.
Okay.
No, he gives me money towards it every month.
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
All right.
How does it work exactly? Do you sit down at a table and
no, he Venmos me.
Get out a pen and a calculator?
He Venmos me money every month. No.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Would it be bad form for, let's say you guys just had a very romantic evening.
Yes.
And afterwards you're lying in bed. I mean, you and he goes, oh, by the way,
you owe me $80.
I have to send you $600 or whatever. Would you?
What?
Actually, after that, it'll be $700 after that. By the way.
Yeah. I would imagine there are times that are better than others to Venmo you the money.
Yeah. No, he would not do that.
Cash App.
Yeah, anytime it's pillow talk for a couple, that's got to be a problem.
Yeah.
We talked about it at another point.
And then, like, if we have something that has come up around the house, like we need to work on the porch was replaced, or we always split that up, and he'll pay for one, and I'll pay for another, or whatever.
See, Bogart wouldn't do that.
No, he wouldn't.
But if those two are arguing about money now,
yeah, that's a bad thing.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
We don't argue about money ever.
Yeah,
Bogart always picked up the tab.
If a woman were to live with me, I would pay
Different
for everything.
time.
Would
and
you really?
she would agree to never have me wear a condom. That's how it works. That's what it would be.
That seems totally.
I think we may have solved the problem.
Formally in adult swim.
Okay, let's get to our next letter. Alli Breen is our guest. By the way, Alli does appear on OnlyFans as ALLIB. That's it, ALLIB, Allib. And you can reach her also ALLIBREEN on various social media platforms. And what have you got, Alli?
I should do a joint venture with that lady that dabbled in porn.
Yeah.
Dear Alli, my husband and I have 2 kids, and I'm the one who does all the driving to and from activities. Our son just got on a travel baseball team, and we fought about me having too much responsibility. Fast forward a year, and I ended up having an affair with one of the dads on the team. Now, out of nowhere, my husband says he will start splitting travel duties with me.
Out of nowhere.
Is this because he's suspicious? And how can I convince him that now I don't need his help without making him suspicious?
Alli, do you get the impression from this letter that the husband is still unaware of the affair?
Yeah, it does seem like it. I think.
No.
What do you think? I mean, I think maybe all of a sudden he's like, well, she hasn't complained in a while. I feel bad now. Maybe I will just pitch in.
She's suspicious.
She seems really happy. I need to ruin that. I'll take over some of the traveling responsibilities.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of fights today with AAU baseball.
Yeah.
Across the country.
Yeah. Couples are going to go,
I heard this on the Bob and Tom show. You're not that woman, are you? Oh, man.
I think he's suspicious. That's why he's offering to do it now.
Well, he should be.
Yeah.
Definitely could be.
Yes.
I think he needs to get in the dugout and get in the game.
Yeah.
Euphemistically, or?
Yeah, that's right.
Both.
I've heard choke up on that thing, and I do mean I do mean choke up.
Is she still having the affair? I don't
Yeah,
know.
we didn't get a ton of info here.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know if she had an affair.
Yeah.
It sounds like she still likes going to the games.
Yeah.
She dabbled.
She still wants to keep her driving duties, so I would say yes.
That guy's probably married. It might be the wife that's suspicious.
Maybe. No, because
we're pretty good at sniffing out a cheater. I would think.
Well, the whole group must be talking. There's no way they can keep that hidden.
Exactly
if there's the
right.
same
No, you're
people
right.
going.
Most of those parents
to every
know.
game.
they all sit in the bar at the hotels after those games. Have you ever seen that? I mean, you've traveled a lot. You've had to have run into.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Woo, that's a party.
Yeah. Coolers on the elevator and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have time for one more letter, Alli.
Dear Alli, my boyfriend is really into cars and he treats his car like his baby. My car's been in the shop, and finally I asked to borrow his instead of Ubering around everywhere. I could drop him off at work and pick him up and just have the car for the day. And he said no. Now we're in a fight because I told him he loves his car more than me, and he really didn't fight me on that. I'm not being crazy, am I?
No.
No, he loves his car more than you.
I think you nailed it.
I think we need more information. I feel like she's probably curbed a bunch of rims.
Right. We have no idea.
She set a precedent.
There's a bunch of trash in the driver's seat.
He didn't just go, no, you're going to drive my car.
Right.
Like, she's clipped mailboxes. There's more to this
Is there a
story.
tennis ball on a string in your garage because of you?
My wife had a dually pickup truck, like a big, because she's a horse girl. And I can't tell you how many checks I had to just follow behind and write for things she ran over.
Those are huge.
No, I mean, honestly, it never hurt the truck. But God, planners and like McDonald's drive-through.
Trucks are big. They're hard to drive.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Yeah. So I feel for the dude on that one.
Yeah, I think this one we can solidly agree that it's okay.
But rent her a car.
Yeah. You're right.
Exactly.
That's a very good compromise.
And make her split it. Oh, sorry, that was the other one. Well, thanks, Alli. Are you working this weekend?
Yeah, I'm actually in Boston for another graduation this weekend. And then Sunday I'm at the Strip and Monday I'm at Gotham back in New York.
All right.
So I'm working at the end of the weekend. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, Alli. Once again, you can find her on
Thanks,
OnlyFans.
guys.
Bye,
ALLIB, and then Alli Breen, ALLIB, or EEN, on the variety of social media platforms. And send us your love problems. As you can see, we're extraordinarily helpful. Right now, it's time for the newest game show out there. It's What Will Chick McGee Pick? Ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by our good friends at Silac
Here we
Insurance.
go.
Now, the rules are
Thank
simple.
you, studio audience. Thank you.
They're simple. You pick either A or B. That's it. You got it?
Okay, got it.
Okay, good. Scenario A, you're retiring.
Yep.
You spend all day worrying about not having enough money on hand. Or scenario B, you have money direct deposited into your bank account.
I'll take B.
Of course you will. Correct, Chick McGee, or should I say direct deposit McGee?
Direct deposit, Double D. That's me, old Double D McGee, sitting around watching TV, shopping online, breaking down boxes. That's right. There must be a catch, though.
There is not a catch, Mr. McGee. With Silac, you can have a legacy to pass on to your heirs. You can have downtrend protection even when Wall Street is getting wonky.
Those are some great positives. What about the negatives, Tom?
Well, those are great cans, and there aren't any cans except. Wait a minute, there is that one. You can't outlive your money.
Silac, huh?
That's right, Silac. SILAC. Get all the information at SILACINS.com/Bob and Tom. That's Silac Insurance Company. Online at SILACINS.com/Bob and Tom. Once again, SILACINS.com/Bob and Tom. Coming back, we'll be wrapping things up with Mr. McCain. He's got that I'm done look.
Not at all.
Oh, really?
Not one bit. I love it in here.
I like to lie about our guests. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the...
Brett Michaels is our guest, and can we talk music for just a second?
Sure.
You got a lot of TV stuff going on, of course, but this all started for you as a musician.
Right.
And let's go way, way back. Very first band that actually had a gig that you were in.
That was Laser. And let me explain the ridiculousness of the comedy of errors that is my life. We decided we wanted the AC/DC Lightning Bolt /Kiss Z. It was like an S. So we were Laser, LAZER. Right. Then we had no money for a backdrop like Kiss had, right? So we decided we took one of the old school, I'm going way back, old school bed sheets. You remember they used to make those 3D looking bedspreads that have like a tiger or a, so we had the band Laser with a tiger backdrop. That was our backdrop. And then we went to Chess King, where we bought.
Love it.
Yes.
Chess King. Are they even still around anymore?
No, wait. I'm going back a few years.
I know you are.
I got our members only jackets, and we stopped into Chess King at the Capital City Mall, and they only had 3 of the 4 aluminum foil looking members only chromish jackets, and 3 of the 4 members had to walk around with it, and the other member, the drummer, was left out, and then we would change off the jackets. And we had our first gig in Marlon, or my friend Marlon at Jan's basement, charged 25 cents, and about 6 of the neighborhood kids came down, and we played a couple Kiss songs, and then what we didn't know, we just put the record on. Played along. We played along. Like, we don't know all of this song. We know the beginning of Rock and Roll All Night, and then we referenced the album after that.
Look at that.
Right.
Laser.
And may I ask what particular hair configuration was happening for you at that point?
It was, again, a combination of awful. We hadn't gotten that far.
A combination of awful and what?
We hadn't gotten
the other part.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. I know that little bit. You know?
Uh-oh, we have a phone call.
Hold on, Bob and Tom show.
Hey man, it's Donnie. Bye.
Hey Donnie.
Hang on one second, Donnie. We got a special guest in the studio.
Hey, is Brent there?
He's here.
He's here.
There you go.
Hey, Donnie.
Thought you would aim poison, just like Journey with that Puerto Rican from Mexico. I'll say it right to Neil Sean.
That's right.
Christy, could you make it any more obvious?
What?
We was just talking at work making fun of you.
Why?
What are you talking about?
Is that Hurricane Earl in your panties? Or you just happy to see him today?
Thanks, Donnie.
All right, thanks, Donnie. Oh, yeah.
Thanks very much.
Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcast. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Dip him, right?
Oh, definitely.
Are we gonna dip
you gotta dip him.
Yep. He one's down, maybe? Is that what's happening? Or is that just a hello?
Bugs Bunny to oi. There he goes. Yep. You scream like a little girl. Scream like a junior high girl.
That's all. Yeah, those two little bastards.
Now, before we let you in, I got a couple of questions I need answered.
That was unbelievable. Thank you, my friend. That was incredible.
Yay!
Thank you, sir. I knew they were at the bottom of it. Well, I made it. It's really, yeah. You can't stop staring at those two little. There's two hooks. And that's, so you want to hang on to something.
Well, it was learned that Leakin Sphincter was not entered in the event or even on the team. It seems that Johan was a spectator who had slipped and accidentally slid down the track at a record pace. Leakin Sphincter left his mark in Olympic history as well as on the luge track itself.
This has been another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
Hi, this is Rodney Carrington, and you are listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Comedian Dwight Slade.
I think they're overdoing the IDing for liquor. We ID under 65. Bring your walker.
Yeah.
I got carded the other day, and it's like, look into my eyes. You ever seen a 21-year-old with this much hate and bitterness in their eyes?
Yeah.
Let's not count the birthdays. Let's count the dark angels. The people who think and cluck at the same time.
How does that work?
You ask them a question. You go, hey, are we doing dinner tomorrow? Dinner tomorrow. What are you, an Aborigine? Answer the question. I want to go to dinner. You're hunting for Coke bottles. Let's go.
Lowell Sanders is here with us.
I'm on the road.
Are you
now, Lowell, are you a single man?
Yeah, I left a wife in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I see how it works.
Police should have found her by now. I'm kidding. They won't find her.
Man, no way. You're that good, aren't you?
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom Radio.
Show, by the
Dose.
That's a party. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. It's been a party today, right?
Very much.
Yeah, that's right. We had Edwin McCain in the studio all morning. Amazing.
It's hard not to say Edmund, isn't it?
Did I almost say it?
I almost did every time. Yeah.
Edwin.
We used to take bets on how bad they would misspell my name when we were first starting out. And the best one, we pulled up to this one place, and it was on one of those like trailer signs that has the arrow.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah.
And it was like, tonight, Edwin McCain. No. I changed the name of our band to Edwin McCain because that was way cooler.
That is cool.
Now, I mean, you are certainly a distinguished musician and a fine player and singer, but I'm sure at some point you probably maybe took some voice lessons or perhaps some guitar lessons. The point is that even the finest comedians have to be schooled, and that's why we bring along Ace Cosby with this segment where he will show you exactly how comedy works.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Now, I learned this from my rocker friends. If you ever want to quit drinking, eat Twizzlers. They're not alcohol, but they're licorice.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Liquor-ish.
Yes.
Liquor-ish.
Yeah. You don't get a lot of anisette material.
Anise?
And thank you, Ace. That's brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Make this Father's Day unforgettable with Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com. Order delicious gift packages starting at only $89 with code BTS at checkout. Satisfaction guaranteed. Omaha Steaks satisfies, as does Ace Cosby.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Mr. McCain is wondering, seriously, that has a sponsor? Thank you very much. Now, we're going to test your knowledge of history.
Here we go.
Edwin mentioned that he's a distinguished student of history.
Time now for today. Well, that sounds just as good as the day we recorded it.
Yep.
Today in history. Here's Tom.
1661.
Oh, way back.
Isaac Newton, before he was a sir.
Oh, are you sitting under a tree? Was he?
Admitted to college.
Oh.
Anybody know where he went?
Isaac Newton.
To Fry.
Phoenix.
Are you aware of that?
Oxford, Cambridge,
University
had to be
of
one of them.
Phoenix.
Trinity College, Cambridge. Very good, Mr. McGee. Very, very good. On this date in 1937, Henry Ford initiated the 32-hour work week.
Boy, I wish we'd go back to that. Well, no, I don't. I'd work more.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, you owe somebody 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay. How about this? In 1959.
No, more than that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
In 1959, Robert Zimmerman graduated from high school. Anybody know the name of the high school where Bob Dylan went? Oh. You should know this, Pat.
How-
I do not.
how
It's in
would we-
Minnesota, right?
Yeah, you got that.
Minnesota High School. What?
Princess High School.
High School.
Prince High.
Hurricane High.
You're close. Hibbing High School.
Hibbing.
Hibbing. That's what
Hibbing.
Okay.
That was perfect for a droopity dog to always say. Hibbing, Minnesota.
That is very droopy dog.
Yeah, very droopy dog.
Born in 1941, Robert Kraft.
Sure.
Inventor of cheese here in America.
Of
No,
course,
not that Kraft?
No, owner of
Of the Patriots?
New England Patriots. yes.
Yeah.
HJ fan.
He was at Murdoch's wedding.
big HJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loves them.
Okay, this is another trivia
I
question.
mean, what else are you going to do fun with that money? Come on.
Why not?
1956, this guy was born. He's a very fine saxophone player. He goes by the professional name Kenny G. Anyone know the G?
Grolnick.
Grolnick.
Gorlick.
Dang it.
I thought it was Grolnick, too.
That's the late James Taylor's late piano player, Don Grolnick.
Brother Don Grolnick. That's right. yeah.
Great piano player. Kenny G.
An early investor in Starbucks, by the way.
Is he really?
He was like one of the. He got in real early.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you don't ever hear of him. He's buried.
Yeah, you'll hear his music in a Starbucks.
Buried under a pile of money.
Wait a minute. That's another thing we can thank Starbucks for.
Yeah. That is actual Kenny G.
I gotta fess up here. I actually had his CD. Somebody had given it to me. And I liked it. And,
Sure.
And I used to listen to it, like, on road trips, whatever. And a friend of mine got in the car, and it just happened to be in the CD player. And we're driving, and about 10 minutes goes by. He goes, "Dude, are you trying to hook up with me or something?" I was like, "No, sorry. Let's put on some Zeppelin. My bad.
There he is.
Look, it's got its place. It does.
Yeah. You know what? I had more problems with him. Not what he was playing.
I know.
Playing out the side of his mouth so much. Yeah, I didn't care for that so much.
You travel with a sax player, right?
I have 35 years I've been playing with him. And honestly, the first time he was new in the band, and he's playing one night, and this hot woman in the front row pulls a cigarette out of her purse. And while he's playing a solo, he reaches in his pocket, pulls out a lighter, and lit this woman's cigarette as he played.
Is there anything cooler?
It's total BS because it's now I can't be the coolest member in this band.
Yeah. You should have fired him on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And he literally just stands there with his estrogen cannon. He doesn't, literally just standing there hanging. He doesn't hear anything I'm doing. You look over. Oh, is it my turn again? Let me do this. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I'm gonna write that down. Estrogen cannon.
That's a good one.
Wow. This is I guess you'd call him a character actor. I'm a big fan of this guy. Born in 1967, Ron Livingston. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, he's great. Office Space and Band of Brothers.
I don't like bills. I'm not going to pay him anymore.
Yeah. Born in 1969, Brian McKnight.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
New Kids. Is he Boys Dement? What's he in?
I think New Kids.
New
right?
Kids on the Block, something like that.
How about this one? Born in 1971, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Of the funky bunch, I believe.
Of the Wahlburgers.
Yep. Burger Barons.
Is that your favorite? Is that your favorite Wahlberg, or you like Donnie better? Which one?
Oh, he likes Mark because
there's
Donnie's,
a third one too, but he doesn't do anything.
Donnie's married to that crazy woman he doesn't like.
Oh yeah, Jessica. What's her
Jenny
name?
McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, crazy.
Hope their kids are in wheelchairs.
See,
it's not the case at all. But
okay, thank you very much.
Slight bit of research.
Well, hey Edwin, thanks for coming by. You're always welcome. And the tour once again, it's Pine Knob tomorrow night. And then Riverbend in Cincinnati on Friday, then Saturday, the Ruoff Music Center. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Always a great pleasure. One last question. Do you have any tattoos?
I do.
Uh-oh. What is it?
I have this on my arm. It's a Celtic knot, and then I have some that are down my leg. And
any you're ashamed of?
No, no. They all had. The first tattoo was when I decided I was going to play music for the rest of my life, and the second one was when I got the record deal, and this one is. I'm going to go out here and give it another shot. Here we go.
Nice.
Well, thank you for doing it. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show.